Hello, it is I, Virgil, but you can call me the Alpha and Omega. And welcome to the 14th installment of the Pesky Plumbers podcast. Today we are going to be talking about E3 of 2021. And you're probably wondering, where in the hell is Dante? But I don't care about that piece of shit. He could go die in a fight.
That's it.
Wow.
I'm done. No, it's cringe. No, it's
probably
cringe.
wondering
pretty bad.
where is
Right,
Dante? I don't care about that piece of.
I told you, world premiere would have been better, okay?
World
I'm telling you.
Cringe, bro. I was just adding on to that.
Well, add on you. You can do it.
My heart sank through. You know the Grinch's heart grew 3 sizes that day. My heart shrank 3 sizes that day.
Alright, you should probably see a doctor about that.
Oh my!
Yeah,
I don't know, but before we introduce ourselves, like, do we gotta rate the intros? So we gotta rate Theo's and Jonathan. So which one do you think was better, Theo's or Jonathan?
They're both terrible.
True.
Thanks, Sabdir. Very cool.
SabdierZ. It would have worked if you actually could do a Virgil voice.
I can't do Virgil's voice for shit, bro.
Oh my god. Alright, so anyways, welcome to episode 14 of the Pesky Plumbers podcast. I'm Septic here, and I'm joined by these beautiful people. And going from top to bottom, introduce yourselves. Edgar forgot it.
No,
Edgar
I'm
always
used to doing it in this order. I don't always do this. You're full of shit, bro.
You did this like a couple episodes ago, and now you're doing it again. What the
Wow,
fuck is this?
2 times is all the time now. I see. You suck at math. You suck at math. Anyways, my name is Edgar. We're back here. We're back at it again. Back at Krispy Kreme's.
Krispy Kreme. I want to.
Yo, Krispy Kreme again. Yo, let's go.
Alright, so now we got my boy Jonathan over here. How you doing?
Yeah, I was Virgil, bro.
No, you weren't.
I was Virgil for a couple seconds, bro, and then he just vanished from me, bro. He entered into my body, and then he took over me.
Oh, wow.
He entered you, bro.
That is
Please.
Interesting. Anyways, then we got SabdierZ from YouTube.com who recently reached the funny number.
Yeah, I did. I reached the funny demon number, but now it's right now is the time of me recording this. It is 670.
Yo, let's go. You got an extra
670,
3 or 4 subscribers.
And then we got the Frenchman over here.
Oui. Hello, it is I.
Oh, no.
Today we wondered, what if we put our crazy rabbits in the world of Mario?
Someone mute him.
You know, that's a better intro.
Yeah, you know what?
Why are you making my intro trash?
I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry, man, but I'm just telling you, the E3 world premiere intro that I did earlier.
That intro's better than yours too.
Hey, look,
this in up there.
Look,
you
Jonathan.
keep pushing this, bro.
Look, Jonathan, to be fair, both your intros were trash. Anyway.
Hey, mine's
Okay,
would have
okay.
been.
Yeah, but if we gotta pick one over the other,
Mine's
I like them all.
yours is still trash, though.
What do you mean?
Abdir would have done a shitty intro anyway.
Wow!
Whoa.
Damn, bro.
Exactly.
I had one with the theme. You just went.
I hate Dante. He's such a pimpy head.
That is a theme. Not a good one, but it is a theme.
No, it's not not in relation to what we're gonna talk about this episode at all.
But
He's trying to
segue.
All right,
you gotta admit, it was a reference to a particular
you know
game,
what you should do. Look. The problem here is that you can't voice act. All right, you know who else can't voice act? Roger Craig Smith. Yet he's still here as Sonic during the Sonic Central 30th anniversary.
He's gonna roast you, bro.
Okay, literally. All right, maybe he actually is pretty good at Sonic and Boom. Maybe he just needs a better script. But unfortunately, better scripts are not what comes with Sonic Colors, which is getting an Ultimate Edition this year. And I already pre-ordered it. I don't know about you.
Alright, so before we start talking about Sonic Central, that was a really weird way to segue. I want to say that.
Hey, look.
Yeah,
I needed a way to save it right now, okay? You were kind of killing
You
it.
saved
I
save 15%
understand
of more cartridge.
bro.
So let's go straight into it. Actually, so yeah, Sonic Central. We got a bunch of stuff announced, but the only three things that people really cared about is Sonic Colors Ultimate, an HD port of Sonic Colors, on the Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. There was Sonic Origins, which they don't have any consoles, but it has Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles, and CD.
Oh.
And then we had a tease of the new Sonic game, which was a really bad way to tease Unberuleyu. So
No. You don't understand. All right. If you watched it on YouTube.com, the Sonic YouTube account said, that running seems familiar. Ooh, what could it mean? Ooh, that's it.
Bro, but look, if we've seen anything of those leaks from those playtesters, from what they said, the best part about the game is going to be when you go into the boosting sections and the music
boost.
Hey, you know what? I hate to use this word when in relation to Sega, but I will put my faith into them for once. I will give them the benefit of the doubt this one time.
We'll see. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, playtesting, they said it was like, what, a year ago when... At least one of them said it was a year ago, so things might have changed in a year, but we'll see. And this game is coming out in 2022, so we don't know. But overall, what did you guys think of those three things announced at Sonic Central?
Alright, here we go, alright? I'll just speed blitz at my opinions.
Yo, he's going
Sonic Colors, in my opinion, is an okay boost formula game that I think is heavily overrated and easily has one of the worst scripts I've ever read or ever had to experience in a Sonic game of all time. No copyright law in the universe is gonna stop.
Okay, but that's a great line, though.
That was funny, though.
I love that line.
It's yeah, sure.
Okay, but look, the better example you could have said is Baldy McNose here.
Well, that one is also just as bad. Oh my goodness! And then we go to Sonic Forces. And bangers. All I hope is that Pontainic Graph is no longer working on this. But as for Sonic Colors Ultimate, I'm interested because they are adding a lot of new features, right? Like apparently there was a press release. I didn't really read it too much into it, but essentially there will be like Metal Sonic related content in Sonic Colors Ultimate.
Yeah.
That we have a new Wisp, which we have no idea what it does, because even though they tell us what it does, I need
the Jade
visuals.
Wisp. Didn't that Jade? I believe the Jade Wisp appeared in Sonic Lost World.
No, it didn't. Jade Wisp comes from Team Sonic Racing.
Oh, okay.
Everybody's Super Sonic Racing.
Oh my.
No.
Not yet.
The theme of that one is Green Light Ride, which is by Crush 40. It's great. It's actually wonderful.
Yeah, it's a good song.
But when it comes to the Jade Wisp, we have no idea how it's gonna work at all. Their description was you pass through stuff and you can float. So that's it. That's all they gave. That's the only new wisp they're adding. Sadly, the Void and Burst Whips from the 3DS, not 3DS, the DS version of Sonic Colors aren't here, which probably means we're not getting DS content in this, which is quite unfortunate. Apparently Sonic will have alternate costumes in quotes.
Question mark, yeah, because like the whole the different color shoes. I think you can even change the aura or something around Sonic.
Yeah, no, you could. Well, apparently from leaks, right, that I got into, which obviously I looked into after this whole stuff happened. Apparently, so there's a different boost aura, and you see it in one of the screenshots. It's based on the movie Sonic Boost. However, from what I've been reading, that's not just the aura. You can actually have a movie Sonic costume, from my understanding. Which, hey, you know what? I like that design. It's not that bad. So, you know, maybe. I mean, it would make more sense if it was a costume, considering all the Sonic movie tie-ins this Sonic Colors Ultimate is having.
Especially when the pre-order bonus is literally just Baby Sonic keychain.
Hey, I'm gonna have that on my keys, okay?
Keys.
I'm gonna say, look, guys, look, hey, it's Sonic. I don't understand why he's glove and shoeless. That's really weird. But anyways, but as far as like we know, like apparently there will be like new levels and stuff from my understanding. So there's gonna be new content, and so I'll be looking forward to revisiting it. I just have to skip every cutscene so that way I don't die of secondhand embarrassment. Um, maybe they might add the 3DS final boss in the game, hopefully, because the Mother Wisp does show up in like future games. I forget, like I think it was either Lost World she shows up in or Team Sonic Racing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the Mother Wisp was only in the DS version of Sonic Colors.
Yeah.
So they might add that.
I really do hope that they do add at least that. You know what I mean? Like if they don't bring in the Burst Wisp or whatever the heck the other one was, that's fine. I don't whatever. I do want them to add that Supersonic final boss against the evil Mother Wisp.
Yeah, which it would be cool if they did that. I don't know. Apparently, the developer of this port is the same that did like the BioShock collection, I believe it was. They did collections before, so I'm hoping this is going to be good. I saw some visual upgrades, like the rainbow rings look like the Do you remember the rings from Tails' levels of Sonic Adventure? They basically look like that, but instead of green, it's all rainbow colory. It looks nice, right? It looks great, but I'm gonna see. I'm gonna revisit the game, and if I can enjoy it, hey, you know what? I'll recommend it. But if I can't, I can't. As for Origins Collection, they said Sonic 3 will be widescreen. They just didn't show it. Apparently, all the footage they showed was from their original games, which is a lie because Sonic 1, 2, and CD are not widescreen. So
yeah,
those
what was it again?
Those
it was like what that they showed off at what 4x3 or something.
They showed Sonic 3x4x3, yes.
Yeah, and everyone's like, huh? But
yeah, it will. That was my other issue with the Sonic Central. They had like the Nintendo problem of directs where it's like the announcements are hype, but then you have to go to Twitter to get clarity on some things.
Yeah, like for example,
so
I believe the Sonic Colors Ultimate trailer, when you compare it, right, to like the original, you started looking at it, it's like, why does this look ugly for HD? But then when the actual screenshots released, it was like, oh, okay, this actually looks good.
What? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm not even gonna question Sega's presentation skills, but when it comes to Origins, my hope is that it isn't just those 5 games because, all right, well, I mean, I say 5, but it's technically 7, right? Because you have Sonic 1, 2, 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic CD, but then you also have Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Knuckles and Sonic.
Which is
2.
also rumored that Sonic 3's music, anything that Michael Jackson did, is replaced for obvious reasons.
And the Jetson, the one Jetsons track might also be replaced, which is Ice Cap Zone, and that one's gonna hurt especially.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, I love that soundtrack, but I love Sonic 3 more, so it is how it is. My main thing is like, if this isn't the Christian Whitehead versions of these games, then what's the point? Because don't get me wrong, like the Sega, or I don't know if you guys ever played the Switch Sonic 1 and 2 games, and like they're fine. They added some content and all this sort of stuff. They even added the drop dash in Sonic 1 and stuff like that. That's nice, but if it isn't the Christian Whitehead versions, there's just no point. This is easily, if this is all we're getting and they're not the Christian Whitehead versions, automatically a worse collection than Sonic Gems Collection or Mega Collection. Even if they are Christian Whitehead, they're just worse off. Sonic Adventure on the GameCube literally has more games because of all the Game Gear games. The Classic Collection that was on the DS, the only thing it doesn't have is Sonic CD. All right, but it has every other Sonic game, which is nice. Okay, so hopefully there's more to this, or if there isn't, then I hope it's like Sonic Jam. Have you guys ever looked into Sonic Jam before?
I've seen it once, I think, and that's about it, really.
All right, I'll just quickly explain it. It's basically just Sonic ports of Sonic 1, 2, and 3 and K. Very poorly optimized because those games slowed down. It was on the Saturn,
Bruh.
But they essentially like added difficulties to each of those games. Like you could make easier or harder. Like easy mode literally gives you rings in the Sonic 2 final boss, right?
Bruh.
Stuff like that. But they also had like a Sonic World hub that literally showed you like all the commercials, trailers, stuff like that.
But wait, easy
in the
mode, bro.
actual
You know
game.
who
And
that worked for? Yo, that worked for Theo, bro. Yo, I think you'll have a good time playing.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm kidding. It's a joke.
Why are
I
we
love
roasting me?
Wait.
But it's essentially just like here's Sonic history, the world, right? So if they do that, okay, I'll be fine. But so far, because they haven't said anything, I'm concerned. This collection isn't coming out till 2022, so that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
And,
yeah, they didn't
we'll
say
see what
any
happens.
release date, nor platforms. Actually, they didn't say any platforms either. They just said
no, this
no, they haven't.
2022.
Oh, is
That's
it?
it.
Okay,
They
because
just said it's coming out next year. That's it.
okay, because I don't remember seeing anything related to like any platform and all that stuff.
No, they didn't.
Okay, so and then the last thing we got to talk about, well, a little bit, I guess, because what else is there to talk about except for leaks? And it's the new Sonic title, which is rumored to be Sonic Rangers. I was about to say Sonic Mania. Oh, so Sonic Rangers. All we see is Sonic running, and that's it. That's all we have to see. It's just him running, and he does something that looks like
He's gonna run.
You don't understand, Jacob. You understand, Jacob? He's running like in the adventure games. Oh my! Because in the adventure games, when he runs, his hands are open, like in the trailer.
I hate
Oh
you.
my gosh! Man. No, that's literally what they were hinting at. All right, like in the because like okay, because we all watched it on Twitch, right? But on YouTube, the YouTube Sonic YouTube account literally said, that running is familiar. And people took notice that if you look at the running animation they used in the CG trailer, it literally looks like the Adventure 1 and 2, like the way Sonic would run in those games. Right? Because in modern games, Sonic usually keeps his fist closed when he's running, but in the adventure games, they were open. So therefore, new adventure game confirmed. There's also a theory where if you like, it's not a theory, but it was basically Sonic fans took the geometry of that logo they showed, and they managed to form a word from it. Like if you were to like match up the lines and all this sort of stuff, could you make a word out of it? It was something really complex.
So this is like when Kingdom Hearts 3 fans finally got a picture of a rock and everyone went apeshit.
yeah.
Yes!
Bro, I remember that. People were like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
Oh my god. I
Essentially, they essentially found you can spell the word chaos, and so people are thinking, oh, because like Sonic, if the game was called Sonic Rangers all that long ago, that could have just been a working title, you know. So if the game's actually called Sonic Chaos or something like that, which would be funny because there was a Game Gear game called Sonic Chaos, then I mean maybe that'll be interesting. But as far as I know about this game, you know, every information we have is leaked from playtesters from like a year ago or something like that. So I'm not gonna comment on that because I'd rather wait till we see footage. And if the footage of the game matches what people have been saying about it, then I'm gonna be worried. I'm gonna be really worried.
And what those leaks said about is that, like, apparently it's going for like an open world kind of game, supposedly. And apparently it's like combat is kind of meh, at least of what they said. But then the special stages supposedly are like one of the best things ever, and it's boost formula. And the other best thing about the game was the music. But they said like the overworld as a whole is just meh, and at the moment it's just Sonic. So again, yay, a Sonic only game again, you know? And I think they said the only other character is some other character. I don't want to say just in case people don't want to get spoiled. So it's just this other character. It's like a new character. And yeah, that's about it, really.
Oh, actually, you know what? I'll post this in. This is what I was talking about. Like, obviously, it won't show on like the actual podcast itself. But this was basically what people got from that one logo. People spelled out the word chaos.
Oh yeah, that whole thing. It's like, bruh. I'm like, I think y'all reaching. I see where you're going with it, but I think y'all reaching. Let me go here. Yeah, no, it's like
Chaos control.
Yeah, I do think they are reaching a tiny bit with the chaos thing. Yeah, I see a lot of it. But,
a lot of it, not a tiny bit. A lot of it.
A lot of bit. But yeah, no, there's really not much we could say about Sonic Rangers, except for if those leaks from those playtesters are true, that we do hope that they did improve on the game from what the playtesters played a year ago, and just hope for the best. I'm not gonna say the game's bad just because playtesters mention it, because I do want to get my hands on it at least so I can see how it feels. So yeah, let's just hope pretty much. Does anyone?
What's going on?
No, go ahead.
No, sorry, go on. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was gonna ask what everyone's thoughts are in general about the Sonic stuff, but no, go ahead, Abdir.
I was just gonna say my only thing is I'm worried because I played Sonic Forces. I beat the game and all this sort of stuff, right? And even if the game sucks, right? This new game were to suck, I can't even say maybe the music will be good because Forces, it has some bangers, but the soundtrack as a whole ain't great. So I'm worried. I'm just worried.
No, I don't blame you. Anyone else want to add anything to Sonic? Just in general from what we said. Edgar, Jonathan, Theo, anything you guys want to add into this?
Not really, bro.
You guys are Sonic fans.
Bro, y'all should play some Sonic. No, I'm kidding. Bro, Edgar see me play some Sonic games, bro. I play Sonic games good, bro.
He's an Uber hacker.
I play better than you.
Bro,
you should watch me and
my guy, you complained about flying battery in Sonic Mania.
Well, yeah, because there are those insta-kills bullshit thingies that squash you. Stupid.
Look, sounds like someone is
bad. You're just not good. Alright, look, it's not my fault that you can't see the pattern of the lightning ceiling in which you have to jump past the crushers. That's all you gotta do.
We love you though.
Speaking of flying battery, I am glad that is the one level from Sonic and Knuckles that won't go away, because I re-listened
the music,
to the Sonic and Knuckles music, and it hurts because I love Sonic 3 soundtrack, but Sonic and Knuckles soundtrack, it's good. Don't get me wrong, but Flying Battery is the only one that really sticks out, and Doomsday Zone, obviously.
Of course,
right?
Doomsday Zone, I was gonna say. Great. Mushroom Hills, I've heard that one a little bit, but that one's alright. It's whatever.
I was just
and Sky Sanctuary. And Sky Sanctuary.
Tracks, right? And Sky Sanctuary is interesting. Yeah.
My sanctuary.
Oh.
Stop.
Wrong sanctuary, Theo.
Bam, 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 bam.
Right. Alright, but does anyone else want to add anything to the Sonic stuff?
Nope.
No, you good? You don't want to say anything? You don't like Sonic, bro? No, I'm kidding.
I like Sonic, but what do you want me to say?
Bro, talk about how you talk about a Sonic theory. Go and
a Sonic theory.
Yes.
So actually, Iblis means devil, so therefore Sonic is called the devil in Sonic 06.
So you're trying to tell me that there's a devil trigger here, so Sonic's Sonic.
Yeah, the Iblis trigger. Bang, bang, bang.
It's all wrapping around Jonathan's intro. It all makes sense.
You see?
This is all important. You know what? Maybe Jonathan. Maybe Jonathan
and
did
you
do a
said
good
it
intro.
wasn't connected to anything we were going to talk about.
Reconnect Kingdom Hearts.
Bro, I told you my intro had purpose.
An oath to return.
Oh
the dandelion.
Alright, does anyone else want to say anything about Sonic before we move on?
Can we get Sonic Heroes 2? Thank you.
Bruh. I'm gonna punch him in the gut. Alright, so we're moving on, gamers. So I think this is gonna be one of the quickest topics that we're gonna talk about. So yeah, we had a state of play, but it was only focused on the New Horizon game.
Didn't watch, don't care. Next topic.
Next, I watched it.
Right.
I mean, it looks nice, looks great. I know that a lot of people like it, but I have nothing to say about it. I didn't really get interested in it. Edgar, did you by any chance see it?
Her face has problem.
I'm gonna smack you.
I'm kidding.
Edgar, did you by chance watch it?
I saw a few clips of the trailer for Horizon.
Yeah, because I know you actually
tried
to play it at least, So, what were your thoughts?
I mean, it's not a bad game. It just the open world felt Like the second the game let me go off and do whatever I want, I couldn't play for more than an hour without getting bored.
Damn.
But like,
Sounds like a bad game.
bro, do you think that
And
the
then
new one?
this new stuff looks interesting because the melee combat doesn't look as like, press one button because it's only like 3-hit combos if I remember correctly in the other game.
Mm-hmm.
So this one looks to be more varied in what you can do and what you have. And then she has like a super move straight. It looks like it comes out straight out of Kingdom Hearts 3, and where it does like the zoom in close-up cutscene and with the HUD still all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you go ultimate form or use any other form changes in Kingdom Hearts 3. Like one of those cutscenes.
Oh yeah, you're talking about when like she like puts her like the thing in her like bow or whatever and does like the shockwave kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it was in her lance. She like hits it against the floor.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I don't know. I remember seeing people say like, "Bro, this is anime as fuck."
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they just saw, hey, Nomura, let me copy your homework. Okay, like change it up a little bit so they don't know that it's the same. And that's what it looks like, bro. It's the same thing. The super zoomed in, like it zooms into her face as she's doing the thing. It's super exaggerated. The HUD is still there. It looks interesting. It does look interesting. I'll probably wait for it to get on sale though, because I don't want to not play the game after I pay for it.
Understandable.
Like I can't. I don't know. I just like I saw it. I'm like, I thought it looked pretty. But I don't know. I just really couldn't get that into it. Like yeah, like the game is super pretty. Sony's killing it with these graphics at least. But like other than that, like I didn't really get into it. Like when I saw like for example something like Ghost of Tsushima when it had their state of play, I was like, this looks sick. I need to play it. I still need to play it though. But like I'm like, this looks phenomenal. I need to play it one day. But like I don't know. I didn't really get that gravitation with Horizon immediately at least. But so I just maybe I just hope it's good and people enjoy the game
Yeah, I mean it looks better than the original, so that means it should be more enjoyable, right?
Mm-hmm. I hope so.
Hoping.
But does anyone else have anything to add about Horizon? Because I know we're not really gonna talk too much on that.
So basically, her feet.
Wait a minute.
I mean, her her face doesn't look right. Remember the whole controversy? It was.
We're not talking about that.
Let's not.
Yeah, we're not dwelling on that. We're moving on. But we did have another event here real quick to talk about before we talk about E3, and that is we had the Dragon Quest 35th anniversary event that happened.
Oh yeah.
I think one thing we're gonna just kind of ignore is like there's like this Dragon Quest game that's like online only, and it's getting like an offline version, but it's only Japan, I believe.
The MMO.
Yeah, it's like only Japan, so we're not really gonna talk much about that. I guess the only thing we could mention really is the announcement of the Dragon Quest 3 remake in the style of Project Octopath. Octopath Travelers. I don't know why I said Project Octopath.
It's so good.
And the other being the logo reveal of Dragon Quest 12. So overall,
you see, Jacob, I was mentioning this, bro. They're gonna make Dragon Quest 12.
We know, but here's the thing: we know that's gonna happen. So it's a matter of when. You know what I mean?
Like, all I'm saying is, for me personally, right, as someone who's not that interested in Dragon Quest, I was always planning on getting 3 originally, and funny enough, I was about to buy it the same week the announcement was about to happen, and then I heard, oh, Dragon Quest 3 remake. I'm like, oh, I guess I could save my money for that then.
You're like, never mind.
I'm so thankful for that.
It looks cool.
Yeah, no, right? No, it looks
like I'm
great.
not gonna get it, but I hope more games get put into that style because it looks really nice.
Oh, yeah, no, agreed, bro. Like
give me Dragon Quest 8.
You want Dragon Quest 8, and that's bro. I was gonna say Chrono Trigger, and I think everyone immediately said that, bro. Chrono Trigger in that style would be phenomenal. Oh
yeah,
my god,
a lot of people said that.
There's so many games I want to see in that style, but I know, like, I definitely want to get that game.
I think I saw, was it Xenosaga?
Xenosaga?
Someone mentioned Xenosaga.
That would be interesting, honestly, because like Xenosaga is a 3D game, so if it was made in that style, that'd be pretty interesting. Or you talk about Xenogears?
Yes,
Xenogears,
that's what I meant.
Yeah, Xenogears will also be pretty
cool. Xenosaga's the one with the Shion, right?
Yeah, Shion.
Yeah.
So then I meant Xenogears.
Wait, Shion? No, wait. Shion as in. Cause I think Shion is also Xenosaga as well.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is she? If she's from Xenosaga, then that just means I messed up my Xeno games.
Yeah, probably because I don't really remember too many characters. I don't know too many of Xenosaga's characters. I only know Cosmos, Telos, and I think Momo, and I think Shion is the girl.
Shion is the main character.
Because I think Shion has brown hair. She has like glasses in like the first game, and all that stuff.
I'm definitely thinking of Xenogears now that I looked up Xenogears.
All right, but man, going back to Dragon Quest 3, I think it's really cool that they're taking this Octopath Traveler approach with this remake. It looks phenomenal, and I can't wait to see more about the game. And for Dragon Quest 12, we can't really say much about Dragon Quest 12 because it's
There's
just
an X in the logo.
So let's talk about how this
actor.
is actually connected to Kingdom Hearts. So the X is actually the Rikusis. No, I'm kidding.
God.
Like there's nothing we could talk about except it's a logo. I mean, you can only theorize what they plan on doing with the story, since what they're going for with the story is that they want to make it more appealing towards like more younger adults, I guess, and make it darker a bit. But I think probably keep it on the teen rating as well. So that's about it. Like we can't really talk much about Dragon Quest 12. But if you guys want to add anything to Dragon Quest 12, go ahead and do so. Yeah, I kind of figured.
So the protagonist of Dragon Quest 12 is gonna be Luminary. You're gonna have an SC.
What in the
Gokon.
Goku?
You what?
No, it's gonna be Gohan this time instead of a.
So they said Gohan.
Gohan, bro?
Yeah, it's gonna go. Yeah, Gohan, bro. And then he's gonna have sex with a Videl, bro.
Oh, never mind. Next topic.
Spoiling.
Yeah.
That's Damn, I'm spoiling Dragon Quest 12 already and haven't even come out.
Yeah, bro. SMH. But anyone else want to just add anything in general to Dragon Quest?
Dragon Quest 3 remake, day one buy. Have a nice day.
Bro.
No, he's got a point.
Man, anything else y'all want to add?
Bro, I'ma just say what everyone else is thinking, okay? If Dragon Quest 12 doesn't have banger music, what's the point?
Bro, what you mean? We're gonna get medi tracks.
Bro, it's not even that, alright? Especially okay, like in Smash, right? They just use
The medi tracks.
the battle and world themes for the four heroes featured, right?
Yeah.
And even with just that alone, alright, those songs outside of Adventure, and not even the one they use, the orchestrated version, those are not bangers. I'm sorry.
Bro.
Alright? Dragon Quest music it's okay. Alright. But it could be better. Yeah. And it's not even like the melodies are bad, it's the instrumentation that's the issue.
Like,
for some of these.
I've tried listening to some of the other songs, and I'm just like, yeah, let me go back to the actual Dragon Quest theme and Adventure. Like, I really do not care about the other songs of Dragon Quest, really.
Bro, Dragon Quest fans, when listening to new trailers, just jamming to the same fucking OST.
Look, literally, look, when it comes to, like, Wagon Wheeled March, for instance, that one's in Smash. That has, like, no impact in terms of soundtrack. There's no, when you hear it, and nothing really, like, sticks out. It's just, I don't know how to describe it.
Dude, I forgot that was even the title.
I'm not a music guy, so I don't recognize like specific things about it. But it's like the song that goes like that one, like, there's no impact in any instrument used in that song whatsoever. It's so boring.
Like, honestly, like, I do hope that at least Dragon Quest 12's music is, like, really good. Because I think it, took until Dragon Quest 11S so we can actually get the orchestrated versions of the songs in the game?
I don't even remember if for 11 they were orchestrated or just brand new music.
I think they're
all I remember is that the original 11's... all I remember from original 11's soundtrack was that it was really, really bad.
Yeah, so I think it was orchestrated now with 11S. I could be wrong, though, but I don't know. I haven't played 11 yet, so... But yeah, no, anyone else want to add anything else to Dragon Quest?
You need to. It's a great game.
All right,
talking about the Dragon Quest 3 remake, did they say the release date at all?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
No, I don't think they did.
Just
We
said
got-
Dragon Quest 12, and then that was it.
Yeah.
No, I said Dragon Quest 3.
Bro,
Well,
they
yeah,
mentioned
exactly.
the console
They
that
went to
was
the
gonna
next
be...
one, and that was it.
Look, they mentioned the console is gonna be on supposedly, but it got censored. Everyone's like, hey, yo, what? But hey, you know what? That's my theory. This is the theory where it comes into our next segue, what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna move on to E3, and this is where we're gonna talk about the Nintendo Switch Pro. Okay, so basically...
Yeah, he's right. He's got a point.
No, for real though. Like they did censor what console was gonna be on Dragon Quest 12, and a lot of people started theorizing it was related to the new Switch Pro or whatever. Because I guess it makes sense. Like, why would they want to hide what console is gonna be on, right?
I said Dragon Quest 3. We were talking about Dragon Quest 12. What the fuck?
Yeah, look, that's
Nobody cares.
Wow, what a bully. But no, it's like yeah, no, like anyone else want to add anything to Dragon Quest?
Like Dragon Quest 11 is a great game.
I understand.
Can I get a PS5 so I can play it? Thank you.
Yeah, sure, Edgar's got you.
Hey.
What do I got?
The viewer in our podcast got you. He'll get you the PS5.
Shit, all right.
Yo,
He's
Paul.
getting everyone in here PS5s, bro.
Yo, let's go. I
But,
can finally play Kingdom Hearts on it.
All right, but let's move on to the main topic of this whole podcast, what we're gonna be spending our time on, guys. Gaming Christmas is upon us, bro. We're almost
All right,
there.
E3 is canceled.
We got E3, and then of course we got the Summer Games Fest. It's coming, boys. We only got 1 week left, at least from this recording, and this.
We have to endure a whole week just to get gaming news.
Bro,
Play SMT3.
yeah,
True.
We got a lot to talk about in this topic because like we could just bring up anything, and I think I'm gonna start it off first. And I'm gonna start off with these Donkey Kong rumors, supposedly.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah, bro, you don't like Donkey Kong? Yeah, supposedly there were like Donkey Kong rumors that we're gonna be getting a new Donkey Kong game announced at E3, and supposedly it's being made by in-house Nintendo, and that it'll be what it was supposedly gonna be 3D or something, because it's not supposed to be a sequel to Donkey Kong Country. They wanted to like do their own thing.
Donkey Kong 64.
Oh,
Donkey Kong 64.
oh, I'm gonna smack
Oh
him.
no.
And I don't know where I heard this
Is
one,
this
but
the first time? Is this the first time? Is this going to be the first 3D Donkey Kong
no,
game?
Donkey Kong 64.
No, Donkey Kong 64. That's
Oh,
what I
right,
was
right.
saying.
3D Donkey Kong game? Donkey
Donkey
Kong
Kong.
64?
69.
Punch him.
Donkey Kong.
But no, but
See, if you
basically,
know that, you know Donkey Kong 64.
All right, it's going to be called Donkey Kong 69.
but basically,
46?
46, yes.
But anyways, so yeah, and I don't know where I remember hearing this, but supposedly King K. Rool was set to return. I hope, honestly, it's like it's been so long since we've seen King K. Rool. I don't know why they didn't bring him back for the Donkey Kong Country Returns or Tropical Freeze. Like,
Oh, they brought him back, bro. It's called Super Smash.
look,
Oh my God.
I'm a punch.
I don't know.
And it's like, so you know that's like the rumor right now. What do you guys think about like Donkey Kong and or what would you like to see as well?
I want
I
Dixie
mean-
Kong back.
Oh, she's
I want Funky Kong.
exactly. There you go.
Yes,
She is.
Funky Kong. I
You-
want
you-
Funky Kong.
I
I
want
also
you
If I
Funky
get
mode
to
back.
play as Diddy Kong, I would like a jetpack mode, an actual jetpack that works.
You just fly through the
Re-
levels.
do the same thing with Tropical Freeze and add a funky mode.
New
I
funky
don't
mode.
think it needs a. I mean, funky missions would be fine.
Yeah, just have missions.
Like
that
literally, if it
specifically-
follows the same concept as Donkey Kong 64, we're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
because personally, I'm one of those people that actually really like Donkey Kong 64. People say that it's trash because the stupid thing where you got to go inside of a barrel and then just go inside another barrel. That's bad. But actually, the way that it works, I mean, from what I remember, the way that it works is that once you go through the level with one certain Kong, you basically get to the other barrel. That way you can change to the other character to get the different bananas. That's, from what I remember, that's how it worked.
Oh, these are pretty
And
cool bananas.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
Oh,
People are making a huge deal out of
From
it.
my recollection, you have to play the level over and over again using the 5 different characters if you want to get everything. That was what I remember, and if that is the case, right? I haven't played Donkey Kong 64, but I have watched like reviews on it and people's like talking about it before. And if that's the case, like if that's how it works, then yeah, I could see why people may not like the game, because if you're forced to have to go through everything multiple playthroughs with characters that you might not even enjoy playing as, then that's kind of like a design flaw, right?
I mean,
of the game.
all the characters are pretty fun to go around. If you want to talk about a bad way of doing that, Mario 3D World. In Mario 3D World, you got to go through all the levels with all 5 characters to get the 5 stars on your profile. It's stupid.
I'm aware.
Mm-hmm. But does anyone else want to talk about anything they want to mention about Donkey Kong and all that stuff?
Lanky Kong? Best Kong.
Donkey Kong, yo, bring.
Got the funny.
You might as well just do a remake of Donkey Kong 64.
Bruh.
Yo.
I think it's fine. I'd rather they make actual like level designs and stuff. But I like the idea where you like slowly get the new characters by saving them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Diddy Kong's got a gun.
He has
Yeah, you're
2.
right. He wields a gun.
You got the Glock. You got Glock 1 and Glock 2.
Exactly.
The coconut knock rock.
Yeah, no. So anything else y'all want to add for Donkey Kong?
Bring back Dixie. Have a nice day.
Oh,
I mean,
but there's a
should-
picture of a cat in a vending machine.
Oh, okay, very interesting. All right, so I'm gonna like move my finger around here, and I'm gonna stop. I stopped at Edgar. Edgar,
Okay, stop right there.
talk about what you want. Like, talk about anything you want to see at E3. Just think of it. Any topic, it doesn't matter. Just-
Okay. Well, for E3, I don't want to see anything. Goodbye.
Perfect. Let's talk about it. So yeah,
No,
I'm tired of these games being shown off. Like no one, no one likes.
No one plays games. Why are they still selling them? Who is buying them?
Oh my
Wow,
god.
what a gamer hater.
Okay, so imagine buying games.
I know, right?
So I don't have a big wish list of things I want to see.
Yeah, just say one. Right now.
Okay, what I do want, and probably won't get, is Bayonetta 3 news.
Bayonetta 3.
I would
that's a
like to
good one.
see some Breath of the Wild 2 news.
Okay, but we jumping around.
Just something, just
Let's talk
something.
about the first one then. We talk about Bayonetta 3.
Oh, you want me to stop and talk about them? Okay, so
Yeah.
Bayo 3 needs to be shown something because goddamn, it's been 3 years. Has it been 3 years?
It's been
It's been a
3.5. 3.5.
Even worse.
Yeah.
It's been a fucking while.
Yeah, so you know
It's
that's a
been
good
a
one.
while. I would love to see something.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be coming soon. Just like show me something, some gameplay, like 5 minutes. I don't care. Show me a battle,
I know, right?
so
'Cause
that I know something's happening.
I do hope we do get Bayonetta 3 because when we saw it at the Game Awards 2017, Jesus, it's been so long already, man. It's like it was cool that we got the announcement, but we didn't really see anything. It's just what Bayonetta's shooting, and then all of a sudden we see her fall into someone, and then that's it. It says Bayonetta 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like that's
They
it.
pulled the Nomura.
Nomura.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts 3 now in development. Final Fantasy Verse 13 now in development. Final Fantasy 7 remake now in development. Like you tell me this when you're thinking of starting. That's not how you do this.
I know,
Because
right?
now we will be waiting forever.
It's the same thing as what Bethesda did with like what was it called? Elder Scrolls 6?
6, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like they show like
They
Elder
just showed some
Scrolls 6.
mountains, like you're going over some mountains, and it just says Elder Scrolls 6 in their little font. And that's it.
it.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that. Stop
Congratulations.
doing that. That's a terrible idea because if it's
It's-
canceled, it gets scrapped. You have so many people that wanted something. Even
And
worse when it's a scale-bound situation.
Oh man.
Oh my God, I remember
Oh,
Scalebound.
that hurt, bro.
That's just
Because it
Pain.
hurts me too.
Oh, that's
No, because he's spitting. Because he's spitting.
He's spitting.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Bro,
No, he's-
alright.
Like
He's
that
making
was the
comparison.
coolest. That was the coolest looking thing that Microsoft had done in a while, and just scrapped.
Yeah.
So like that's the thing. You need to avoid those kinds of reveals because then you just get people's hopes up, and people will ask, wanting it, and then when nothing happens, it's like, yo, where'd it go?
Or when it does come out after all that long wait, people are disappointed. Like remember when Cyberpunk was revealed all the way? Was it 2011 or 2012 where they
In 7, 8 years, I think
Yeah,
2012.
2012. Like they revealed it so long ago, then they didn't work on the game until like another like 4 or something years, and then no one liked it when it did come out.
Because effectively the Cyberpunk we got is 2 years old. Like
Yeah.
there was one they had been working on for 2 years, because all the other stuff got scrapped and restarted and everything. It's like Final Fantasy 15. It just fucking we got a completely different product from what was originally intended.
Yep. It's like we can't really talk much about Bayonetta 3 except that we just want to see more, pretty much.
Yeah, I want to see something.
All right, no, you know what? I will say something.
No, time out. I have the next person that's gonna be saying their thing, so you gotta wait on like your next title. So yeah,
Come on. If we're talking about Bayonetta 3 right now.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, if you're talking about Bayonetta 3, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was about Bayonetta 3. Yeah, no.
Okay.
My only hope with Bayonetta 3 is because like Bayonetta 2, plot wise, is really weird because it's a sequel / prequel. It's really dumb. So I hope that they don't do any time shenanigans in this game. Also, bring back the Bayonetta Player 2 amiibo for this game. GG, done. Right,
Oh, understand. Alright, so does anyone else want to say anything about Bayonetta 3 before I choose the next person to say?
Nope.
No? Just say we hope to see it, pretty much.
Yeah.
I want to see. I would like to see it. I would like to see.
Oh,
it.
and more Nintendo costumes.
Oh yeah,
That'd
that'd
be
be
nice.
Those
Yeah,
are
that'd be
really
nice.
cool. If
Yeah,
it's
that would be nice.
still going to be Nintendo exclusive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nintendo,
Bayonetta 3.
according to the developers, Bayonetta 3 is funded by Nintendo.
Yeah.
So this will be a
Perfect.
Nintendo
More
exclusive.
costumes. More costumes.
Yeah.
Because all right, but like I don't just want like more costumes, right? I want more like what they did in Bayonetta 2. Because okay, in Bayonetta 2 they have like it's like an Afterburner reference, right? Where you're basically, I believe it was Afterburner.
And,
You're
yeah,
on
and I mean,
ship,
there's even
right?
a
You're on
remix
ship.
of Afterburner in the
Yeah.
game.
Well, like you're basically on a ship and you're firing off at enemies, right, in this ship. But if you have the Fox costume on, that ship gets replaced with
an arm wing.
the arm wing, and you actually play like an actual arm wing. It's not just like a
It's
costume
the same.
swap.
It's the same thing they did in 1, where you have the Daisy and Peach outfits. Those are the only ones that were really like the same, because they were reskins, right? They did the same thing. It was like Bowser was the Wicked Weave.
Yeah.
And everything else, and it was basically just that.
No,
But then you have the
costumes
Legend
change.
of Zelda skin.
Yeah.
The Legend of Zelda skin, you actually have a sword. You have the shield, which you can use to block. Like it had gameplay changes along with some visual aspect changes.
The Halos returned into rupees.
Yeah.
For the Fox,
Which had I think they also had the sound effect too from picking up rupees.
they did. I mean, I believe for when you had the Peach and Daisy costumes, there were coins, but
Yes.
for like the Fox costume, like your bullets were the actual lasers.
Yep.
So
Samus had the arm cannon.
yeah.
You know?
So I just want more stuff like that. Like it's great, but I want more, please.
Yeah, no,
we'll
that'd be
see.
really cool. It'd be really cool if we could get more, especially if they decided to do like a Marth or a Crom for another sword type of costume. For Fire Emblem reference.
Or Xenoblade one.
Jacob is gonna
Xenoblade
die.
could happen. Xenoblade could happen. It'd be really weird, but I think they could do it. They
They can do it. Yeah. I mean, they don't have to choose the males. Like they can choose like, say for example, a Pyramithra one.
Yeah, you can
or,
play as Pyra or Mithra.
Or like they go Xenoblade 1 with Fiora or Melee or whatever, you know?
I don't think Melian would do unless she's
I'm
got
just
some
giving an
magic
example.
shenanigans.
Yeah, so
But the idea is there. More costumes would be very cool. Just like keep the ones we have, expand on them if you want to, but just keep the ones we have and just add more.
Alright. Does anyone else want to add anything to Bayonetta 3?
Nope.
No? Alright, so let's go on. The
Yeah,
next person
no.
I'm choosing to talk about what they want to see at E3 is Jonathan. Jonathan, what do you want to see at E3?
What? Like,
Anything. Just
like what I want-
anything.
actually,
yeah, just
like,
one thing. One thing.
I,
Just-
I want the Kingdom. I want Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 on Switch.
Okay, you know what? I could that works. Okay, that's fine. That's normal.
Okay. I
That's
can respect that because I want the same thing. I don't think it'll happen. I mean, I don't think it'll ever happen. Period. But I can, respect.
It can happen given
Like-
how it is a PS2
Yeah.
game, so it's like it's just putting a PS2 game on the Switch, so I could see it.
No, I get you. I
They
get you.
did
I just
it
don't think they'll do
before.
it.
They
I just
even
don't
did it
think they'll
before,
do
bro.
it.
They put PS2 games on the Switch before, bro. Like
Yes, but I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts specifically.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. I mean,
I don't
apparently,
think they'll do it.
yeah. Apparently,
That
the
would
reason
be
why they were on Xbox and PC was that apparently the Microsoft and I think Epic Games like paid them so they can put it on there. So Well, we'll see. I mean, I have nothing really much to say about 1.5 and 2.5, you know, since it's not really new things, you know, but it would be nice to see it on Switch. But, anyone else want to say anything about that? 1.5 and 2.5?
Why is it not on Switch yet?
Yeah, that's about it.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyways, let's go to our next person here then, I guess. Theo, what is one thing you want to see that we haven't talked about at E3? Never mind. Abdir.
Jonathan. No, Jonathan, you forgot one game.
All right.
Oh, I think I know what you're gonna say.
Mario Strikers, baby.
This man really wants to see Mario Strikers.
Switch version? That'd be really cool.
Yes.
I know, right?
Strikers was a lot of fun.
Ever since Theo showed me that game, I wanted it. I want a sequel so badly. My Nintendo's slacking. The Mario Strikers is so much fun.
I just don't
Please
think we're gonna be. I don't think we're gonna be seeing Strikers at least for like a while, especially with how golf is the one that they're focusing on.
Okay, Jacob. Ha, you fool.
Okay, but
You don't know this.
Okay,
Camelot
I mean, I don't. Okay.
is actually Camelot is the one behind golf and tennis, right? But the thing is, Strikers isn't. It's actually made by Next Level Games, which is the ones behind Luigi's Mansion 3. It's been.
You think they'll do
2
basketball?
years.
I mean, they have done it. Mario Hoops.
Yeah.
Mario Hoops.
Yeah, I just don't think we're gonna be seeing Mario Strikers now. I think it might be a while because like they usually like to like, you know, even out their sports games. at best.
Maybe later this year. Maybe later.
Well, I wouldn't say this year. Definitely
Not
not.
this year.
I think if anything, like 2 years. But that's just me, and that's hopeful if it does return.
What?
Because like right now, Nintendo's shown that they only focus on their kart racing, golfing, and tennis games. Like, I've noticed that they haven't brought back.
At least Mario
Strikers.
Tennis is fun.
They haven't brought back Sluggers. You know. Oh, and Mario Party. I mean, Mario Party. Yeah, that can work too as well. Like they haven't brought Sluggers, Hoops, or Strikers back and everything.
At least Mario Tennis is fun.
Now, if there was a
Yeah,
new,
Mario Tennis was hella fun.
but if they do bring a Mario Strikers, that'd be pretty cool, honestly.
No.
But we'll see, though. We'll see. Anyone want to say anything
I
else
don't-
about it?
To be honest, I don't think we're gonna get it this year, which is unfortunate. But if it does happen, I will pog.
Yeah, and while you mentioned,
Jonathan.
well, you mentioned that,
we'll
I
get
think
it,
it's gonna be
period.
I think it's gonna be a
That's also
while,
cool.
especially with how Nintendo wants to focus on Mario Golf. Especially with, I believe people noticed that in one of the trailer clips, you see a Toadette, and she looked like she's holding a golf club. So it might be one of those things where like she's DLC later on. So they're probably gonna want to like focus on getting all those DLCs out of the way for Mario Golf before moving on to the next sports game. But we'll see.
Thanks, Camelot.
I'm quite intrigued and curious about Mario Golf. I'll say that.
Yeah, we'll find out more. Like I mean,
$60 for a golf game, bro.
yeah, true. But anyone else
Damn.
want to mention about anything else about Mario Strikers?
You port the game, please.
Port the
Let me
game.
put Rosalina in there.
Put
Port the
Rosalina, yes,
game.
yeah, understand.
Let me and my boy Theo play it together
Understand.
online, bro.
All right, Abdir, it's your turn. What do you want to see at
Alright.
E3? Anything, doesn't matter.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, I already know what I want to talk about. So, because like they already brought up level up games at Camelot, and you kind of for me, all right. I just want a new Golden Sun. Obviously, Mario Golf comes out it comes out in a
This
month,
month.
right?
Yeah,
month.
It
It comes
the
out
25th.
It comes out this month. So if I could just get a teaser of a title or a logo, I'll be as happy can be. Just give me something.
Alright, now,
As for-
what do you specifically want, real quick? Like, what do you specifically want? Would you like a remake at least? You know, like a HD remake, like brought from the ground up. Or
I want. I know what you're gonna ask. Look, all I want is that
Yeah.
is that. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if they remake like one and two in this 1, 2, and 3 in the style of like the Octopath style engine, that would work wonders, especially for like how their sprites are and like how because like I don't know if you guys ever seen like a actual Camelot made game, but like the way like Battles in Golden Sun look would actually benefit from that engine and stuff like that, but. My main thing is I just want a sequel to Golden Sun 1 and 2. Like I mean 1, 2, and 3 obviously. I want a sequel to Dark Dawn, and I want a remake of 1, 2, and 3. I think 3 especially kind of needs it the most because the problems with 3 could be fixed with like a remake. All right?
Mhm.
Whereas like 1 and 2, it's mainly just add some stuff. But I also would want a new Punch Out as well.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah, let's just focus on the Golden Sun right now. Then we have
no,
like.
I mean, I was just gonna. Hey, this is about me, damn it. So,
hey, look, we're gonna get back to eventually for the next game as well. Like we're just doing random stuff. So right now let's focus on Golden Sun.
But when it comes to like Golden Sun, all I want is like, I just want like a sequel for sure because like I wouldn't be asking for a sequel if they didn't leave the third game on a cliffhanger.
Oh yeah, that's right. They were like, oh, that's a GG, bro. What do you mean? It's like Sly, bro. They. God,
My goodness, but Sly, it's even worse.
I know, right?
I mean, no, it's not as even worse because it's both the same thing. Because they both have their last games end with cliffhangers, and they haven't had a game in quite a number of years. I don't know when Sly 4 came out, but for like Golden Sun, it's been a decade. It's actually been a full decade.
I think it's about to be a decade with Sly 4 as well. Come next year, it's gonna be a decade.
Yes.
Sly 4 came out in February 5th, 2013.
Okay, never mind. Then 2 years then for a full decade then.
So there you go. I mean, look, like for me, it's just like my main issue is that like Nintendo of America doesn't even acknowledge Golden Sun, right? Because like the developers actually did make a reference to it in the tennis game. In the story mode on the overworld, there's I forget what it's called, but it's like a temple, right? And they took it off in the American translation. They took it out because Treehouse is filled with incompetent losers. But the original translation for it was the Soul Sanctum, and the Soul Sanctum is one of the first areas of Golden Sun you go through, right? It's the Soul and Luna Sanctum, and like that to me hurt that they took that away. I was so stupid that they did that because it was like the one last reference to Golden Sun that they made in years, by the way, right?
And if we have to say anything, most Nintendo, like at least I don't know about Nintendo of Japan, but like I know usually with Nintendo, it's like I'm pretty sure, for example, something like Fire Emblem, if that series died after the events of Awakening, let's say Awakening didn't sell well, they probably would just not care about like sharing Fire Emblem references and all that stuff. Maybe, who knows? Like
for instance, in the developers, the Takahashi, I believe that's how you pronounce their name, but the brothers that developed these games, they were even asked about that reference, and they talk about it. Like, so they obviously have Golden Sun in the mind to make reference to that. So my only hope is that they do that. I mean, hey, one of them said we'll make a Golden Sun if there was ever a console handheld hybrid. I'm just saying, it's right here, right now.
I think it'd be perfect.
Do it now.
And especially given how popular Fire Emblem and Xenoblade are, especially with the advent of social media, a Golden Sun game could easily spread to many others. All you gotta do is like show off, like, hey, look, take a look at this game. Spread good word. We'll make it good, first of all. They can spread good word, and if people like it, they'll like it. Like it's like games like how Fire Emblem and Xenoblade like popped off because word of mouth and social media.
Dark Dawn isn't even that bad. Like the only two main issues I had with it personally was soft locks, not soft locks, but like points of no return and difficulty. Like the main campaign is pretty easy, and there are sections where you can't go back after a certain area, which is a problem because if you miss something, then it's gone for good. So hopefully they fix that sort of stuff in the future. Like I said, I mean, I'm just hoping that that new Golden Sun game comes out, or at least remakes. Just something. Give me something. Anything. I'll buy it. I'll pre-order it.
I would want a remake as well.
I don't care.
Yeah, I want a remake as well. Honestly, like a remake of the first two, at least for me, that'll be great. But does anyone else want to add on to the Golden Sun stuff that Abdir mentioned?
I could really hear the sorrow in fucking SabdierZ voice.
Bro, I don't blame. Do you blame him?
Talking about it.
It's like, do you blame him? It's like a game that he loves. It's like he wants to see more of it. And Nintendo's like, no.
I don't. But it's so sad.
It
what
is.
What do you think Abdir said, bro?
No, let me tell you a story. Like, I was legitimately salty that this happened. All right, so
quick,
back when
quick
thing. So when Smash was announced, I was legitimately like on the hype train of Isaac being a playable character, and when he was revealed as an assist after they cut him from the last game, I was so pissed off. Like one of my friends even treated me to like some food and stuff because they knew how angry I was with that nonsense. I was just so annoyed because it's like, oh, the one time Golden Sun can be brought back like in a major way, and they put him as an assist trophy, which I want to make a video on later, but that'll be for like
that's
my channel.
Wow, he's chilling. He's chilling.
Bro, let him. All right.
Huh?
So, anyone want to add anything else to the Golden Sun? Jonathan and Edgar really just said, "I'm going to sleep. Good night."
Bro, like, I haven't played a Golden Sun game. I don't know.
Understand? Edgar's is vibing.
Getting some chicken.
Yo, chicken. Yo,
All right,
just like some. Bro.
so let's get to the next one. So I'm gonna say the next one because no one's probably gonna bring it up. So I think I might as well mention it. There's this rumor that I saw going around Twitter. I don't believe it because it comes from 4chan. I think y'all know where I'm going with this. There was a rumor. About Arc System Works making a new fighting game, and it's supposed to be based off of My Hero.
Academia.
So that is very interesting. That if this is true, of course, I don't believe it. Remember, 4chan. You know, a lot of people can fake stuff. It could be real. You know what I mean? I believe Dragon Ball FighterZ got completely leaked on 4chan as well. So this could be real. It could also be fake. So who knows? But it's possible that it can happen. But yeah, supposedly ArcSys is making a fighting game based off of My Hero Academia, and some people are kind of mixed about the roster, but others are also just pretty excited to see about like what's it gonna be about. But what do you guys think about like that leak? 'Cause I remember reading it to you guys.
Okay.
JoJo's.
Yeah,
Not
where's
JoJo's.
JoJo?
Of course you would. But no, Abdir looked like he was ready to explain.
As probably the only person who actually went through My Hero Academia in terms of the mangi.
Wait, what do you mean? Edgar's read it too.
Edgar has.
How far are you though, Edgar?
Caught up. I haven't caught up. I'm in the My Villain Academia arc.
Well, then there you go. All right, so I caught up to the entire thing. Right, I am in the most recent of chapters. Hee hee ha ha hoo hoo. Right, and I will say this: I think My Hero kind of blows.
Yo,
I hot take. Hot take, but I think My Hero is definitely an overrated manga series. It ain't bad, but it definitely ain't great, right? So if this rumor is true, it's like, all right, that's cool and all. I mean, they could definitely do some very interesting things with the characters, right? Like, they all got their own unique powers and stuff. But, how do I put it? My Hero for me is just so it's so middle of the road. Like a lot of what you expect happens when you read through it, right? There's never you're never thrown to a loop, in my opinion, right? And some of the characters they introduce, there's one character they introduce called oh my goodness, his name is so forgettable. Something like he's like a thief or something, right? His whole no.
Oh my god! I'm the Persona fan.
His whole thing is that he's a petty thief or whatever, right? And he tries to mess with the school during their festival and all this sort of stuff. And I completely forgot his name because that's just how forgettable he really is. That's my thing with My Hero is that the characters you generally see a lot is because those are the ones you'll probably remember, right? Like Deku, All Might, and stuff. But no one ever talks about a majority of the cast, right? It's really just the ones you hear, and that's it. My Hero is filled with pretty forgettable characters, in my opinion. Me personally, I'm too deep, right? That's my mentality. I'm too deep, so I'm gonna keep going and hope that it gets better. But for me, I would have much preferred a JoJo-style fighting game, especially because we already have one by Capcom, right? So there's a basis for a really good fighting game there, right? I would have preferred a One Piece one, 1,000,000%. I would have preferred Yu-Gi-Oh! All right, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! Fighting game, all right. I summoned my monster card though, but But if the rumors are true that it's My Hero, I mean, it's gonna do well, right?
Yeah,
because
it's gonna do extremely
all right, because people buy it for only two reasons. Why? One, it's a fighting game made by ArcSys. That's one reason. Or two, you're a My Hero fan. In which case, if you are, you're probably the equivalent of a K-pop fan.
Yo,
so very irrational thinkers.
Damn.
So
I want to mention though that I believe they did mention One Piece and also that they were thinking about like others, like why not make one about One Piece? And I believe they did mention, supposing those leaks.
They did.
They said it's basically mainly how My Hero is more popular now, like, you know, well, at least like, you know, since it's more modern, right? And not only that, there's like new arcs that are coming that they feel like it's gonna be more hype to have that to make a My Hero game now, especially with the hype.
My Hero is basically like, without spoiling anything, it's on its final arc essentially, right?
Yeah.
Like so the series is ending soon, and as we all know, when a series is quote unquote ending, the hype train for it is gonna be huge, right? A lot of people are gonna be like focused on it and stuff like that. So I understand the reasoning from a marketing perspective. Don't get me wrong, but for me, it's just sort of like there's so many more series. There's so many better series that you could have done. All right, than this. All right, like, oh my goodness.
I don't mind My Hero though. I think it's cool. I think it's whatever. I know there's genuine people who really wanted a My Hero fighting game. It's more so the roster choices that are some people are like, huh?
The roster choices in that league were, we'll put it strange.
Weird.
I also think like my main thing with like My Hero is that like if people enjoy it, that's fine. But I've had experiences with people. Let's just put it that way. So
okay, we'll leave it at that then.
We'll leave it at that. But yeah, like the roster league. I mean, here's the thing. I would have brought it up myself because I was thinking about it, but I'm just like, I would rather them continue making Dragon Ball Fighters or them like adding rollback, right, and stuff like that for fighters than like a new My Hero game, right? I mean,
yeah, and I'm pretty sure like if this leak is true, right? Like I think it's pretty obvious that if this leak is true, they're gonna probably just start focusing on My Hero, and that's what Dragon Ball Fighters is done. At least from what I've gathered, you know, at least from if that leak is true.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because I'd still say there are characters that are very obvious that should be in fighters that aren't.
Yeah.
But it's like with My Hero, I'm just. I don't know. My only thing is I'm kind of concerned because if it's true, ArcSys is working on a lot of fighting games.
Yeah.
A lot, right? Like we have Guilty Gear,
DNF
right?
Duel.
Fighters just that one too. Fighters just wrapped up. Wasn't there like another one that they were working on?
Grand Blue versus
Persona 5 Arena.
I'm gonna smack it.
Like they're still working on Grand Blue. Like there's so many fighting games that they're working on.
And not only that, we don't even know if they're gonna continue Grand Blue. Like real quick to go to the Grand Blue. Like we only know that there's one more character, and usually we will know if there's like more to this game in like the Grand Blue live events, like where they spend a lot of time talking about their mobile game and the spin-offs or guest appearance, whatever. Like we will know if they're gonna continue with that, like when they do like their next major event. Like, there's only one more character left, and we don't even know if that game's going to continue. And I think it's done, especially with the way it is. Like, I don't really see many people talk about Grand Blue Fantasy Versus anymore.
Also, for Dragon Ball Fighters, they did say they will still keep working on the game. So like, whether that is just balance patches or characters, we don't know. But the game isn't done yet, per se. So it's like you're telling me it's not done, and you're still working on like all this other stuff. Like that's a lot.
Mm-hmm. Now, I do want to mention that I am more interested in this fighting game than I was with Dragon Ball Fighters. Like I do have more of an interest, if this leak is true, about My Hero. But then again, that is because I do find My Hero more interesting, at least to me. Like you already know my thoughts. I don't really care about Dragon Ball. I have no interest in the characters. Like
Wow.
Yeah, I will say it. I don't really care about Dragon Ball. Like I did watch I've only watched season 1 of My Hero, right? But I did grow attached to some of these characters, to some of these characters and all that stuff. And not only that, from what I see with the gameplay, how it's a 2v2, but there's like an extra character that can assist. It kind of reminds me of Marvel 1. Like, to me, that just interests me more. And it's more grounded. So this interests me more than Dragon Ball Fighters. Like, I couldn't get into that game. I thought it was whatever. but like this new My Hero game sounds more interesting to me. So if this leak is true, then we'll find out soon enough, you know, because it's supposedly going to be announced at E3, maybe the Xbox conference. But other than that, does anyone else have anything else you want to mention about My Hero, the My Hero fighting game?
Can we talk about the leaks in themselves?
What?
Like, I'm talking about the character roster.
I'm gonna try to keep it as like I think we shouldn't like really spoil, but I will mention that like just in case this is true and some people want to avoid it, but I do want to mention that some characters are like missing. It's like where's this character or where's this character? You know, it's like what happened?
I mean, one of them. Can I just talk about one of them?
Nah. Let's
Come
keep
on,
that. Let's keep that
Okay.
out just in case.
All I'm gonna say is this character is weird because I would see that more as a support kind of thing rather than an actual fighter. But that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, that's fine. Let's go then. But anyone else want to mention anything else?
I don't know if I'll get it. I don't think I will though.
I'll probably wait until a sale, essentially. But I am more interested in this game than I am with Dragon Ball Fighters. I will say that.
Please add rollback.
Yeah, that's that rollback. Yeah, that's one thing.
And
All right.
Yeah.
No more?
Next person. Edgar's going again. Name something else you want to see at E3.
Okay.
Well, actually, you did mention it earlier when you were mentioning Bayonetta 3.
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna go through that one. So Breath of the Wild 2. I want to see some more.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Just like a general idea, if we're gonna be going over the same area we went through the first game with different stuff in it, or if this is like a whole new area.
I want Link to ride a horse.
A horse.
Wait, what? What about horses?
I want Link to ride a
You
horse.
want Link to ride a horse, bro? You're not getting that, dude.
What?
No.
Be realistic.
No, it is realistic. What the hell?
Yeah, no.
Has he ever ridden a horse before? Why would he do it in this game?
Well, there was that one Zelda game that he rode a horse.
That was for a boss fight, and that's it.
But he
It
still
wasn't even
rode
a
the
real horse.
I want Link to ride horses.
What are you guys?
You see,
talking about?
Twilight Princess. There you go.
No, but
I mean, he always rides horses, but
yeah.
It's
In Breath of the Wild,
just
he
want Link-
rides a horse. I don't.
I want no. Now what you say? I want the bike back.
Oh yeah,
the bike it would be sweet, especially if I could just start with it. If I got it in my in my other save, that'd be sick.
But why are we talking about horses? We know that Link can
You
ride
said a horse, and then we started eating shit. Leave me alone.
Oh, okay. We're just fucking.
Yeah, you know what?
Hey,
What's it called?
Getting triggered.
Like
You
also,
mentioned the horse, and then I started eating shit. That's all we did.
like what? Also, like just go into
I
like,
just like to see
theories.
what
Like,
we're gonna be doing, bro.
yeah, go into like more theory talk. Like go crazy. Go out there. Like what do you want to see for Breath of the Wild 2? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So basically, I want him to have a grappling hook, and I want.
Same.
Let's see what else. What else can there be? We give him clothes, so maybe we can do some underwater stuff like exploration, not temples or anything like that. Just exploration.
Like underwater?
Yeah.
Yeah, underwater exploration. Like I don't want a water temple or anything like that. Just like some cool stuff that you can find from like going, diving and stuff.
I think
it'd
that
both
would
be-
be interesting because I did watch this. You probably know him. His name is Arlo. Basically, he talked about having more ways of of visiting certain areas. Like for example, one of them was being underwater, and I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I think it would give.
Swimming, like diving, swimming. If you get the iron boots, and you can walk at the bottom.
Yeah, like instead of we're going up, how about we go down instead?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't want underwater combat or anything like that.
no.
I just
just
want
pure-
underwater
just-
exploration. Yes,
Just
that would
pure
be cool.
exploration.
That would be cool. And if it's going to be a huge amount of underwater exploration, then maybe an underwater type of vehicle, like some sort of master submarine or whatever the fuck you want it to be.
Master
Yeah.
submarine.
Because it's the
Right.
master cycle, you can make it a master submarine. It turns into some sort of submarine.
The master.
Alright,
Marine.
master horses, baby. Let's go.
Bro, what?
Yeah,
But
master horses, bro.
I do think that one of the things that make people not like underwater things is mostly because it's slow. Nobody
It is.
likes slow.
This is true. This
Yeah.
is true. And
And
I
it's
get
true.
that. I get that. And underwater combat is even fucking worse, in my opinion. I have never found one that works correctly.
Like, for example, in Twilight Princess, when you were underwater and doing combat, it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
It would
I
take
do not
30
like that at all.
seconds.
I love Twilight Princess. I love Twilight Princess, but all I remember is hating anything underwater related. When it comes to things I don't like about that
It
game.
was pretty boring. And
Hey, how about a Twilight Princess remake?
I mean,
Yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be sick.
yeah.
I don't really think we need a remake. Maybe just a port of the remake. Same thing with HD for Wind Waker.
Like
know?
the
Twilight Princess
trilogy.
HD.
That's just ported. That's cool.
Sweet, simple, and to the point.
Because
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, okay, so we had Twilight Princess HD in on the Wii U, right, as well as Wind Waker.
So Wind Waker came first. It was
Yeah.
like a year in or so. We got there was a special edition and everything. Wind Waker's Wii U and everything. And then towards the end of its life cycle, we got Twilight Princess HD, and then past its life cycle, we got Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, so we didn't have a third one, right?
No. It's just those two. Those two are the only ones in the Wii U. Well, I guess
'Cause,
technically those three.
So
I
the
was
other
about
Zelda
to say-
games are like stuck on the Wii or
I
on
was
the
about to-
GameCube.
Yep.
I was about to say we should bring in like a whole trilogy port kind of thing.
Trilogy port would probably have included Skyward Sword, but we're getting that.
$60.
What's he doing
$25
Twilight Princess?
Fast travel anywhere.
Thanks, Nintendo.
This is DLC at this point, bro. Might as well just
$20
remake.
DLC.
Never call
$20
feature
DLC.
Never call a feature DLC. That is bullshit.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's just fast traveling whenever you want. That's what you're paying
Yeah.
for. Because you can still fast travel. Well, it's not what you're paying for. You're paying for the figure. It's
You're
just that
paying
the
for
fact
the
that it lets you
figure.
do that is kind of bullshit.
I'm
Because it's quality of life in the end. It's just a quality of life feature. I wouldn't call it DLC. I'd call it stupid.
No, I call it DLC because I have to buy something in order to have that feature available to me.
Yeah, except you also didn't download it, and it's still just stupid.
Alright,
What?
so anyone else want to mention anything about Breath of the Wild 2?
Breath of the Wild 2, I want grappling hooks. Well, I already said
Yes.
that, but I want grappling hooks.
Understandable. I see what you mean.
Edgar went on a tangent about underwater exploration.
Yes, I said that underwater exploration would be cool. But no combat, just underwater exploration.
No, I get you. Alright, so I guess we're gonna
Actually,
move.
wait, I'm
Oh, you
not.
want to mention? Yeah, mention.
Yeah.
You want to mention?
So basically, you know how this really cool game just released not too long ago. I think it's called Monster Hunter Rise. Yeah.
Oh,
How
my...
about we implement the wire bug mechanic in Breath of the Wild 2? Come on, it's a good mechanic. Come on, let's do that.
I mean,
I
if you have that
could
spectral
see
hand, like if that spectral hand that we saw in the teaser is his to use, that would be sick. That would open up a lot of stuff.
That could work.
Bro, the wire bug mechanic is so good.
It really is, but come on, this is a whole different game, dude.
Yeah, but come on.
Like, don't get grappling hook. Good idea. Grappling hook infinite amounts. Great idea. Grappling hook onto anything for infinite amount of times is perfect.
So yeah, no. So is that it? Anyone, or you all want to mention something else related to Breath of the Wild 2?
Nah, I'm good.
You good? You good? All right.
Give me Ganon.
Let me.
Let me see what he actually looks like.
So I'm allowing Abdir to go next. All right. So Abdir, what do you wanna? What is something else you want to see at E3?
I was originally gonna bring up like Punch Out, but it was like whatever. Like it was just to say, hey, these are like the two things I want.
Yeah.
If I had to actually mention something I'd be interested in speaking on, my main thing is just Mega Man.
Mega Man.
I want Mega Man Battle Network Collection. All right, that's one thing. All right, I want that, but I just want Mega Man X9. Mega Man 12.
You just want to see
something Mega Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3, baby.
Yeah, go into what you want to see. Anything Mega Man. If this is just anything Mega Man, just go in. To say what you like.
For me personally, I want a Mega Man Battle Network collection first of all. Like that. I don't know how familiar you guys are with that series, but that series is my favorite out of all the Mega Man series that are available. All right, Star Force is kind of sucks in comparison. The Legends, I've never enjoyed Legends. And Classic X, Zero and ZX, they're fine. Mainly for Zero slash ZX, I want a sequel to Advent because Advent, surprise, surprise. Stop. Ends in a cliffhanger. It ends in another cliffhanger. So that's always fun. Yeah. So ZX Advent ends in a cliffhanger. So I want a sequel to that game. To describe it, for those here who haven't played it, think of like Mega Man in a Metroidvania styled game, essentially. Specifically Mega Man Zero gameplay. As for Classic and X series, I just want something new from those. Mega Man 11 was fine, but there are definitely some issues I've had with the game. And as for Mega Man X9, guess what? Also leaves at a cliffhanger from X8. So there you go. What's with all these games and leaving cliffhangers? So I just want a sequel to all the games that had cliffhangers, like Mega Man Legends 2, which 3 was almost done, right? According to developers, the game was almost done. So, I mean, if it was almost done, I doubt Capcom literally deleted all the data for that game. If it's possible to salvage it and turn it into like a Switch console game, hey, that works just as fine. But like they're like, oh, we're bringing back Mega Man bigger and better. Like Mega Man's gonna make a huge comeback, and we haven't heard anything from a new game since 11. We haven't heard anything from Mega Man since the Zero collection. So that's my concern. The last thing that the Zero collection I think did was like they had a special soundtrack CD, which was like DLC for the actual collection itself. If you haven't heard those remixes, they are amazing. I love those remixes, but like I just want a brand new Mega Man anything, please.
Understandable. I can totally agree with that.
One Mega All Man.
Yeah, because it's one of those series I feel like they're kind of doing their fan bases dirty. You think,
Oh no, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're for sure. They're for sure. Like okay, let me give you like an example, right? So for Mega Man, let me which one was it? When Mega Man was essentially like considered dead at one point, right? You had like a bunch of games that were canceled around that time. One of them was Legends 3, but there were three others. One of them was a Mega Man MMO. I don't think I would want that back. That just kind of seems like complicated to have. Maybe they can make it work.
How would that work?
And the other one was a first-person Mega Man X styled game developed by the people who made the Metroid Prime series, and X was gonna have this really weird redesign. I let me see if I could find it. But the last thing that was it's called Mega Man Universe. And Mega Man Universe was going to be, how do I describe it? Okay. In Powered Up, they had like a side mode where you can make levels and you could share it online and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for this game, what they were gonna do was they were essentially gonna have a make your own level Mega Man game, but you had different playable characters in it, right? So for instance, you could play as like all the Robot Masters, or you could play as Ryu from Street Fighter, stuff like that. Like, or Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins. Like, it was really cool. It was like a really cool idea, and they didn't do anything with it. So I hope they bring that back. And as for that model I mentioned, I'm gonna post it in general. This is the model for what they were gonna have for that Mega Man game.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh,
And like the only thing that came recently from Mega Man, recently, was like how do I put it? The only thing that came from Mega Man recently was just, well, the mobile game. There's a mobile game. I believe it's Japan only, and I don't remember the exact gameplay of it, but it's essentially, I think it's like a platformer, and there are various playable characters from the X series, Zero series, like everything, right? It's mainly focused on the X series, but it's actually a pretty cool game. I've me personally, like, my only hope with it is that it actually has, or sorry, I like my only hope from it is that they bring in characters and stuff that could lead into potential future games or something like that. I just want Mega Man. That's all I want, because E3, I mean, Mega Man in terms of Capcom has just been dead silent as of right now. It's like he had a resurgence and then it blew away instantly.
yeah,
So,
it's
yeah.
understandable. All right, so anyone want to talk about Mega Man more, or just we can move on to the next subject?
I'm not. I'm not a fan of Mega Man, so you guys go ahead
Okay,
and do
I
your
can
own thing.
understand that.
You run
So
and you gun and you murder and you die. A lot of
Yeah.
Okay,
dying.
you know what?
If run a
I'll say
gun,
this.
yo,
I'll say this. I would like to see like Mega Man remakes, like classic Mega Man remakes, but with the style of 11. Because like in 11, they did this really cool thing where the power ups didn't just change your colors; they actually changed like Mega Man as a whole. So I think stuff like that would be cool to add in previous games.
Mm.
But that's just me.
yeah,
they're
actually,
gonna pull Super Smash Brothers, where yes.
bruh, you just cut me off for no reason. Anyways, actually, Sabs, you reminded me of something. I kind of want them to try a Mario Maker kind of thing. You know, they tried to do a Mega Man Maker at some point.
Yeah, that
And
was Mega Man Unlimited. That was the one I was talking about earlier.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I think
they were
they should
gonna
do
have
something like that.
they were gonna have a playable, like you were gonna be able to play as all the Robot Masters. You were gonna be able to play as even different versions of Mega Man. There was like bad box art Mega Man was playable. Um uh Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins and Ryu from Street Fighter, they were gonna be playable characters in that game, and then they just cut it
Yeah.
because that was around the time where Mega Man was like Capcom was like, let's just erase Mega Man because Keiji Tafuya left us, stuff like that.
Mhm.
You know,
That's
it
kind
was
of
really, yeah, it was pretty bad.
All right, so let's move on to the next topic. Jonathan, what else do you want to see at E3?
Oh, you're going straight to me. All right.
yeah,
all right.
and then it's me
All right.
again.
All right, here we go. All right. So, this is probably gonna be niche. I don't think it's gonna be niche, but put Persona on Switch. Put Persona 3, make a remake. Put Persona 4 Golden, and put Persona 5 Pro.
Yeah, remake 3, make it good.
Yeah, make
Yes.
it actually fun to play. Holy shit. Okay.
Because the only way you can legitimately enjoy FES is putting a cheat where you can control all the characters.
Yeah. No, I think what they should do is just put everything that is in both versions, FES and portable, put it into one. Because there are so many things that they can fix, that they can put in, and then they're just like, nah, let's just leave it for that one version. Like, for example, there are a bunch of social links that don't matter, and yet they're just putting it in only the female route, which is really stupid. Like, for example, you can't do a social link with Akihiko. You can't do one with Ken, or even Koromaru. Actually,
I mean, yeah, your play is Kotane. It makes sense.
no, but I don't even think that there's a social link for Koromaru, which I guess would make sense in a way. But
I want to have social link with Doggo.
yeah, I gotta check on this. But yeah, there should be one. I mean, they made one with the fox in Persona 4 Golden, so I don't see
Oh
why they
yeah,
wouldn't
speaking
do
of
that.
Persona 4 Golden, I just literally got to that part, bro.
Yeah.
I met the fox, bro.
Alright, let me see. Persona 3 social link. Koromaru. Oh, there seems to be one actually.
Yo,
He's now a
Let's go.
social link of the Strength Arcana. So yeah,
he's
I
the
don't know
strength
why.
arcana. Interesting.
Only available for the female protagonist. Good job, Atlas.
Atlas
What if they
remake
just
the game.
stopped making
Just-
games?
Yeah, Atlas should stop making games. They're very
Yeah,
bad.
totally. They should go bankrupt, and Atlas would be non-existent.
Whoa. I never said anything about
Whoa.
bankruptcy. I just said they should stop making games. Now you're just trying to get a bunch of people to lose their livelihood.
Bro, look, I just want Persona.
Yeah. No, I want Persona 3 to be remade, either from the ground up or just like putting everything from 3 and Portable together. Because from my experience, I mean, not only I had a very bad experience because my PS3 kept crashing. That did not help.
Oh yeah, he really did have a bad experience with P3.
Yeah, I really did. Like I did not have a good time. So I want them to actually remake it, do what they wanted to do from the beginning, and just make it good. Because I don't want bad games to be bad all the time. Like Balan Wonderworld, that had a good idea, badly executed.
Mm-hmm.
Even the director got freaking released on Square Enix, which is pretty sad.
Mm-hmm. So in case you're wondering, Jacob, we're talking about wanting Persona 5, Royal, Persona,
Yeah,
just
who was
all
the
the
one- like,
Personas
yeah,
on
who-
Switch.
Yeah, so who mentioned this one? You did? Gio?
I did. Yeah,
Oh,
I
Jonathan
did.
Okay.
You want Switch Sona.
Switch some.
Yes, Switch Sona collection.
But like
Make-
Strikers doesn't count.
Well, okay,
Yeah,
the
no, I get
Strikers as a whole, that's Nintendo themselves.
Right.
I'm talking about Atlas.
All right. So I think I want to mention this.
Why is this one and not the other?
We got I'm gonna mention. We're gonna have one more talk about each one of y'all that's gonna ask. I remember we have two more in this thumbnail that we haven't talked about. So I guess we'll get that out of the way. Actually,
Wait, hold up.
no, we have two topics of E3 that we gotta talk about. One of them being Metroid Prime 4, because I'm pretty sure none of y'all mentioned that yet.
Yeah, I mean, they might as well. They might as well just cancel it, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The other one being
Bingo 3.
Smash, which we'll save for the end and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So those are the last two that we gotta talk about and all that stuff. But so I think it's time I'm gonna mention it. So I think the next topic the next one I want to mention is Metroid Prime 4. Like, of course, this game hasn't been shown off for a while.
Nothing to say for me. Bye bye.
He got nothing to say. Like,
Here's actually
we
not
can't-
saying
All I'm
we
gonna
can't
say
res-
is that it's the same issue as Bayo 3 and all the other
Exactly.
games I mentioned when talking about Bayo 3.
Like, I just want to see it, like, now, you know? It's been a while. Like, I think it's time that we see it, you know? I know this was going to be a late Switch game, but I think it's time that we finally see how this game looks. I just hope that we at least get it. At least, but unlike with Metroid, Bayonetta 3. Bayonetta 3 had something to show. Metroid Prime 4 was just the logo.
Yeah. I think even a teaser trailer would just satiate that appetite.
Satiate, yeah.
Satiate.
They show Samus T-posing.
Sorry,
There
I'm
you go.
French.
Why would Nintendo do that?
Bro. Then, like, I just hope that we at least see something and all that stuff.
But
Yeah, no, there's not much we can talk about for Metroid Prime 4, really.
I think they should really port over the trilogy of Metroid Prime.
Yeah, I agree. Like, that's a good way to get people interested. Like, hey,
Exactly.
look, Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 are on Switch. Here's the port. Yo, let's get it.
Baba boo.
Yeah, so, yeah, no, like, anyone else want to mention anything about Metroid Prime 4?
All right, cancel the game.
there's-
Have a nice day.
I'll just say this. I like storytelling. You know, as I grow older, I really like storytelling. You know, so Silex better be cool, because if Silex isn't cool in Metroid Prime 4, because he's obviously going to be the main villain, and if he isn't, then what was the point with all the build-up? All right, since Metroid Prime 3 and Prime Hunters and Federation Force, you know, I might be a bit salty about that one too. So you know what? Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? Make Silex cool. You know what? I want to see that. And that's it. That's all I ask for. Because Silex, I don't know if you guys ever seen like the other hunters,
No.
right? But Silex is pretty cool. He's a pretty cool looking character.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll find out if they do. Well, they have to show him because they did tease him at the end of 3. But no, so I guess we'll move on to another one here. So let's allow Theo, what's this is the last game that you're given to talk about. What is one more thing you want to see at E3 or Summer's Game? So it's whatever.
Well, actually, I was the last person.
You were the last one. All right, then I'm going with Edgar. Then Edgar.
What?
No, wait, no. Basically,
Hold on, what?
while you were gone because you smell, it was Edgar, then me, then Jonathan, then Theo was about to go, but then you showed up out of nowhere. So there you go.
Yeah, so let him go.
And I mean, it's just Persona. Like they was talking about Persona 3 remake because like.
I was.
No,
that was
Jonathan.
Oh, it was Jonathan.
That
Okay.
was
So
Jonathan.
That was me.
Yeah. Hey, look, I told
Jacob,
you.
you slacking, bro.
Hello, look in private. I said keep me posted. Just want to let y'all know that. But
We
but
told you, bro. You
I
didn't
didn't.
listen.
Oh, then, anyways, so
Bro, you
who
guys
wants
fight me.
anyone go? Like one of y'all got one more chance to go. So
Theo, go. Jesus.
What do I want to see? I don't know.
Wow. You know what? Then I'll go again.
And you do this?
Persona 5 Arena.
Okay, well, true. But I doubt.
Give me something good. Come on.
Bruh.
Something good.
I mean, that is good.
Uh,
But I mean, he did say Persona 5 Arena, but I doubt that because Atlas likes to do their things on their own thing.
I have 0.
Also, if you haven't watched my Persona 5 Arena video, you should. It's a really good video. Anyways.
Why are you shilling?
He mentioned it.
It's his own
Wrong
channel.
Wrong
But
section.
no, F-Zero is another good one. That would be pretty good to see, honestly. But
Actually,
Nintendo needs to bring that out.
Actually, there have been a lot of talk regarding what Monolith Soft is doing, and I kind
I
of want to
see.
see a tiny bit of that.
Okay, I get you. Yeah, we
No
have no
comment.
idea though, because it could either be Xenoblade 3 or X2 or something else entirely.
Yeah.
It's like we
So I'd
really
be
have
very
no clue.
interested.
Very interested.
Benny, does.
Oh my god. And like,
Look at this Final
so,
Fantasy
yeah, we'll
fan.
see. I guess I'll say
Oh,
something if
Fantasy
y'all
fan.
don't have any other ideas. I want to see Spyro 4. I just want to see a brand new Spyro game. Like, I think it's been a while, but I think it's time. I want to see a brand new Spyro game. I hope we get it. But at the end of the day, who knows? Given what's been happening with Activision, all that stuff.
Thanks, Activision.
But yeah,
Alright, so the next character for Super Smash Bros.
no.
is Ultimate.
Anyone want to say anything about Spyro 4? No, so that's what I remember. Y'all gotta pitch in if you want to, if you want to say anything.
I want to pitch in to talk about some. No.
So do I.
What?
He said he wants to pitch in to talk about something
Okay,
else.
go.
No, I'm just saying. Anyone
Alright, so the next character for Super
No,
Smash
I'm saying anyone want to mention anything about Spyro 4? That's what I'm saying. Anyone want to add anything on that? Like what I mentioned?
No, I mean, I don't know what to expect for Spyro 4. I just hope that
The other
they...
games, but 4.
No, I mean, but I just hope that it's good. That's about it.
Where do you want it to continue from?
Oh, where I want it to continue from? I don't know.
No, I'm asking Jacob because he wants Spyro 4.
No, I mean it's just make just continue after Spyro 3. Like retcon Enter Dragonfly. That's pretty much what I want to do. Is like just be brand new with new stuff.
Because there's like Legend. Those are the Wii games, like Legend of Spyro, and then I don't remember what the second one was.
Yeah. But no, not those. Like just continue off what happened with 1, 2, and 3. Ignore Enter Dragonfly. New stuff like Elemental Breaths and whatnot. That'll be dope.
Yeah, I mean I liked Legend of Spyro,
Mhm.
but the other one was kind of weird. The one where they were older.
All right. So I'm gonna give you all this from the floor. But I want to ask y'all. Here we go. This is the big one. Smash. All right. We all know
Ryu
that.
Hayabusa.
Oh my god! Shut up. I'm gonna ask each one of y'all like one character y'all want to see in Smash. If y'all have duplicates, then you're gonna have to wait. All right. So each one of y'all talk about what character you want and why. So we're gonna start off with Edgar. Start off with the character you want and why.
The
Just go
character
into
I'd want is a character that's we're never gonna get, but Sora, Kingdom Hearts,
Yo, same.
Same.
because Big Boy does big damage. Also, magic. I don't know. He'd just be really fucking cool.
Yeah, no. I think he'd be like a combo-based character. Like, imagine a mix of Hero and probably Bayonetta.
Something like that.
Bro, I
I
wanted
just think he'd
Sora
have
for
some really
years,
cool
bro.
aerial combos. I say aerial combos because that's already a thing in the game. I don't know. I just think he'd have some cool moves that he can do. especially if you go with his like all of his super moves like Ragnarok, Limit Break, not like the Trinity, the thing where he strike raids. That's what they're called, strike raids. Zatetsuken and Ars Arcanum has to be in the game at some point. If they allow Donald and Goofy, which they should, but it'd be hard since Disney. Trinity would be the fucking final smash.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And then we could just have Roxas be the other half of the costumes.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Bro, I
actually,
wanted Sora for years, bro. Like, I really want to see him in the game. I really want Sora.
actually,
And one of the
Rox-
Roxas costumes is Ventus.
Yes. Yes.
That would
All of the
work.
yes.
Bro, what the fuck?
It would work so well. I want Sora, Ventus, and Roxas.
Bro,
Technically,
imagine
it's
this,
characters, but it's not.
bro. Imagine this. You get Sora, like you get 4 alts of Sora, then, right? And then you get 2 of Roxas, one in his in his normal
Yeah.
kind of outfit, and then the Organization 13 design,
Yeah.
and then
The coat, right?
The coat, yeah.
with the cape or the coat,
Yeah, the code, yeah.
And then after that, you get Ventus, and then Xion. Boom.
Bro, are we talking about, bro? What kind of alts are these?
Okay.
Bro, look.
Okay. All I really was thinking was 4 Sora alts and 4 Roxas alts, and we can technically make one of those Roxas alts just Ven's armor.
Bro.
Oh yeah, Ven's armor. I forgot.
Like Ven's like not like literally in the armor, but like his like casual clothes pretty much. Because Ven has a whole different fighting style. He's got the reverse grip and everything.
Yeah, I guess. Yes, you're right.
But it would be really cool either way because it's technically Roxas. I mean, it's technically 3 different characters because Ven and Roxas and Sora are all different people, even though they're all Sora.
You know what would be really cool if Sora had the ults of one of each members of the Guardians of Light. Like there will be one for like Axel, Roxas.
Like yeah, I mean you can
Aqua,
give Sora white hair, right? You can give
like
give one of his alts, give him white hair, and then give him Riku's color scheme.
Like
Then you can give him brown hair and give him like a pink color scheme for Kairi.
Yeah.
And then we can have like Donald and Goofy color scheme or something.
I know for a fact, like,
And
one
then-
of the color schemes I do is Kingdom Hearts 2 and 1 Sora. Then Kairi, Riku, Roxas, probably Aqua, Xehanort,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, so
Whoever the
when we
they
got
are.
into then we have Roxas in his clothes, in his regular clothes. Then I was gonna say do
also Roxas can work as Ventus kind
color
of as well,
scheme.
like a hybrid as well, because
Yeah,
they kind of
exactly.
similar colors.
exactly. So I would just do Roxas casual clothes, right, when he's in Twilight Town. Ven's casual clothes from when he's, just not with any armor. Then we would have Xion color scheme, and we would have an Axel color scheme
Hey.
for Roxas' half.
Yeah, I see it.
Then you would for Sora already did obviously Sora's colors. We have Riku's colors and Kairi's colors, and then the last one I don't really know what I would put there. So that's why I just said like some mix of Donald and Goofy. The other option is to just give him 8 outfits of Sora, and it could just be all of his outfits from the games where from the worlds where he changes clothes.
Yeah.
Like
Monster Inc. Like
yeah,
the Monster Inc.
like
I was
Monsters
about to say
Inc.
Monster.
Shit, I just had it in my head. Halloween Town,
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see the Pirates of
Pirates of the
costume, bro.
Caribbean.
That would be.
Did he just dress
Cool.
normally in those?
No.
Oh no, I guess in Kingdom Hearts 3
No,
he's wearing different
Yeah,
clothes.
in 3 he has the
Yeah.
the pirate costume.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be cool. I think the first one is better just because then we incorporate Roxas as well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, Roxas should be involved in some sort of way.
I feel like that's the best way to do it. If they allow Donald and Goofy, Trinity would be his final smash. If not, then they could do like Ars Arcanum or something.
Or what about Ultimate Form?
Ultimate form, final form.
Yeah, Final Form.
I don't know. Would we use ultimate or final form? They're almost the same.
The white one, the one where you just
That's
from
that's
Kingdom Hearts
final.
2.
Yeah,
That's
so that's
final
final, the silver one.
That's final
That's why
form.
Ultima form is silver as well. It's just as
Yeah.
like a different design. But this is
Okay.
overall the same thing. I think it'd be really cool. It'd be really
Mhm.
cool. Obviously, he has the Kingdom Key. I don't really care. That's not going to change. The only thing that would change is you can, change the colors of the Keyblade itself for alts. And
So,
that's pretty much it. That's all I got. That's all
so
I got.
you, Jonathan, what do you want?
Well, I thought SabdierZ was gonna go next.
Oh, okay, well, I guess Sebs, what do you want for Smash?
Like, who do you want, Matt?
Okay. All right. I already
All
made
right,
like
who-
plenty of videos on
still
my
going.
man's Ryu Hayabusa. All right.
I
Just
get
look
you,
at my
see.
profile picture. All right. I literally put a double prediction in there, right? Because it's Halo with the Ryu Hayabusa armor, right? The Hayabusa armor.
Yeah.
I have plenty of reasons why I think Ryu is most likely going to happen. Now, I am also working on one, which I don't know when it'll come out, but I'm working on another Ryu video. It should be out before this podcast is uploaded, though.
All right.
But essentially, like, I'll be going into like more detail, stuff, coincidences, other little nitpicks and such, because I genuinely believe that Ryu will happen. Based on things that I know and things I've researched. Now, if he doesn't, oh well, he doesn't happen. But I have genuine reason to believe he is one of our final two. As for the second character, I put Chief because I think it makes the most sense from my perspective, because when you look at like Chief or like Microsoft and Nintendo, they have two characters already, right? Banjo and Steve. But my problem with those is that like people say, oh, those are our Microsoft reps, but in my opinion, if you say like Chief can't happen because Steve's already in this pass, then you're only valuing the company and not the franchises. But secondly, when I think of
I wouldn't say
Microsoft,
that either. Again, it all depends on how Nintendo wants to see it, and at the end of the day, some companies will not.
No, but
like
I'm talking
it.
about speculation wise.
Oh, speculation.
I'm talking about speculation wise. Like if you say this company can't get a second character, then you're only thinking about the company and not the actual franchise itself. But like not even that. Like the way I see it, right? When you think of Banjo, you think of Nintendo. When you think of Minecraft, you think of Minecraft. You don't think of Microsoft. All right. I know people that didn't even know Microsoft owns Minecraft. Okay,
Yeah, that
like
makes sense.
because like you wouldn't think of that initially, right? Like you see Minecraft, you wouldn't think of Microsoft right away.
Like Halo,
Yeah.
But like
Halo,
with Halo,
Microsoft comes up.
with Halo, you think of Microsoft. You think of the Xbox. Like that's what you think of. And then when you think about like the clues or hints that we're possibly getting things like xCloud and Xbox Game Pass on Switch. Phil Spencer had a live stream, I think it was a live stream or a post, and he said that like in his room are hints to for things to come. And one of the things he had on his shelf was a Switch. And not only that, right? But there's also
And supposedly
So-
that stuff is gonna be on September. What leakers are saying is true.
supposedly, yeah.
If what they say is true.
But then, like, you also have to think, Microsoft and Nintendo have been having this really strong connection. If you really want to represent that, yeah, Steve and Banjo are nice, but if you really want to represent that, I think Master Chief is the way to go. Like, he is the most, he is the one that you think of when it comes to Microsoft. And,
Yeah.
like, even even from, like, the way I see things, it's just sort of like, oh, well, if Chief does happen, right? It wouldn't like it'd be a surprise because it's Chief, but at the same time, it's like when you think about it, it's like, oh, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
especially because like, okay, I was
Don't
trying to
go,
remember.
yeah, don't go too
but I'll
much
bring
into
this up.
detail. Yeah.
I'll bring this up. No, I want to bring this up. Like I'm not gonna go into the actual thing itself. Just one little aspect of it. Obviously, there's this whole lawsuit between Epic Games and Apple, right? And in that lawsuit, they had information about Microsoft and Nintendo. And Nintendo specifically asked the courts to censor that stuff out, right? To redact that information that's going on between Microsoft and Nintendo.
Yeah.
That to me is very interesting. So I'm just saying, I think that it is quite plausible for our final two to be Ryu Hayabusa and Chief. Plus, it'd be poetic because, like I said in my own profile picture, there's literally a outfit like an outfit in Halo 3 that's literally based on Ryu Hayabusa, and in one of the Dead or Alive games, you have like a Spartan that's playable. It's not Chief specifically, but it's like some random character. So I just think it makes sense. For me personally, I think it'd be the best way to end off the past, in my personal opinion, right? And I mean, there's even hints of us potentially getting more, but I'm not gonna go into that. I'm just saying, like, so, like, even like if there is more to come, then people can't really complain, right?
Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm. We already know my personal opinion.
Well, actually,
hold
people would complain.
Yeah, true.
I mean, yeah.
I'll always
But
complain.
anyways,
Come on.
The way I want for me to end, of course, is Ryu Hayabusa, and the character I want to mention, Mr. Crash Bandicoot himself. I really hope that Crash does get announced at Smash. I think this would be like the perfect spot for him to be announced. Like, I think it's about time.
Spyro deserve it.
Spyro. I mean, I wouldn't say Spyro doesn't deserve it. It's just like I know like the Japanese audience doesn't care about him. Like, I think like.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Crash is much bigger.
Mhm.
I just feel like him and Spyro would even out like the old age platforming, and like collecting,
Exactly, but no, I do
Between
believe
the
that
two, it'd be Crash.
definitely.
Of course, but I'm saying like both of them would get in and they could even out the whole thing.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want Crash in like as one of the final fighters. Like if they're gonna announce both, I think this would be the perfect time.
Fucking tab B and you spin like a madman.
Yeah, I think it's time. Like I think this is where Crash is gonna get announced. Again, I'm going with my gut feeling. Crash, this is the perfect place to announce him. I'm going with my gut. Crash is gonna be announced for Smash in this direct. I think it's about time we're finally gonna see this marsupial alongside Sonic and Mario. And plus, hey, we'll bring back the '90s rivals. You know what I mean? Mario,
Yeah.
Sonic, and Crash together.
Sega does what Nintendo
And don't. That would be a great way to have it be the end where, like Crash kind of grabs Mario and Sonic and it's like, hey, we're together, guys. Bro, that would be so beautiful. And I'm still going with Crash as my final character choice. So we'll see. Any other characters y'all want to get?
I mean, Edgar kind of took my thing, and so did SabdierZ. So I'm
I mean,
kind of.
Sora, Master Chief, Ryu. I mean,
You only wanted those two?
Yeah, no, Sora and Ryu Hayabusa.
What about Dante?
What about Wacky Woohoo Pizza
Yo,
Man?
yeah, wacky hoo hoo pizza man.
Yeah, there you go.
Put him in and put alt for Virgil too.
He started the whole intro with Virgil, and then he says that he doesn't want Dante.
Bro, I did not mention Dante at all. I want Dante in Smash, bro. Put him in. Like you can have alt for Virgil, Dante, Trish. You could even put one for freaking Mundus and even Nero.
No,
put
what
him-
about her name? Lucia, bro, from Devil
No,
Anyway, no.
we do not talk about Lucia. We do not talk about that.
And
We
as
do not
cool
talk about that.
as cool as Dante would be, I feel like if we were to get a Devil May Cry, it would be Nero, just because he's a lot simpler to implement.
That's a very interesting
Oh,
concept.
I mean, Virgil.
I doubt it
maybe.
though. No, Virgil definitely not.
simpler too. Virgil's simpler too, but Virgil is always added afterwards.
Yeah. No way
He's
we're getting
always
Virgil without
special
Dante.
edition. He's always special edition every time.
Maybe with Dante, he won't be using like any other weapons. He will just be focusing on Rebellion, Ebony, and Ivory. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that would simplify him a lot, and he still has a fuck ton of moves if he only is using those
Yeah.
weapons. And they could
focus
definitely
on
be
those
done.
three.
I just feel
Yeah.
like a huge part of DMC, at least since 4, his style switching. And
Maybe with the
adds
style
so
switching,
much
it
to
changes
it.
his weapons that he uses.
yeah, like style switching and weapon switching. Well, weapon switching since 3, for sure.
Yeah.
And style switching since 4. And
Yeah,
those
you
are
could
just
just
such a
combine
big
the
part
two.
of the gameplay that they would have to implement it somehow if they wanted to do him justice. But they could definitely do the character without that. But Nero is also just like the simpler character. He doesn't have as many things that he can do. And he's kind of like the character for beginners to get used to, like into the series that they're using now.
You know what would be cool if Dante's Final Smash was just a combination of using all of his weapons? That would be so sick.
His final smash would probably be some form of Devil Trigger attack. He might go SDT and just use the black hole, or the that super attack. I forget what it's called, where he just does a whole flurry of attacks.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The
Devil Trigger.
Sting.
No, not Stinger. It's literally I don't remember what it's called, but he literally like charges up, and then he just lets out like 4 or 5 slashes outward while he's in SDT.
What about the one from Marvel vs. Capcom 3? Is that the one?
Nah, I mean,
Well, no, SDT is new to 5, so that wouldn't be in
yeah.
there.
No, I think
okay.
they would implement DMC 5 Dante instead of 3 because 5 is the newer game.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if they could definitely use an older Dante, but I feel like they would use 5 just because he's got a lot more that they can do.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
They would definitely have other costumes for him though.
Yeah. Also, I want to
Bro,
mention
the costumes would like match the Devil Trigger color. Like if he had like Nero or Virgil, it will be blue. And all
Well,
that
I don't mean
outfit.
alternate colors. I mean like costumes, like DMC. Like if they wanted to do more than just DMC 5, they could have the DMC 3 shirtless Dante. They could have
Yeah.
DMC 1 and DMC 2. Costumes.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
They
that
could
would
do that as well, but that would take up a lot of slots. So I don't know
Yeah.
exactly how it would be implemented if
that
they
could
wanted
be
to
his
at all.
alts. It could just be his ult if anything.
And then you can have like his super costume, which is just like giving him a glow and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because in game that makes you have like infinite DT and stuff, but obviously you can't do that in Smash because that's broken.
That would be really broken.
So they could just have like the aura and the fucking glowing
Joker
eyes
Echo.
and stuff.
Yeah,
Joker
Echo.
It's your joke. I want Sakurai to make that quip like look, we introduced Dante into the series. But would you say that he is an Echo Fighter or Joker?
Yes.
Or Dante is
That's how
an
Monster
Echo?
Hunter would be an Echo Fighter of Byleth. Anyway,
Oh my god.
Oh, he's right.
Look,
I
spitting.
could see it.
look,
I
I'm
could
just saying,
actually see it.
all y'all are
that's the-
slacking because y'all haven't picked a true character. Mr. Jonesy from Fortnite, Agent Jonesy.
Shut up.
It's coming.
Shut up.
It's coming.
Shut up.
Abdir,
Shut
vouch
up.
for me.
Editing out
Vouch.
No, you
No.
guys don't. You
No.
guys aren't looking at the bigger picture, okay? The reason why Jonesy would make sense is because Jonesy, all right, is trying to get people to recruit, right? And if you join Smash, he can have a bunch of people to recruit, like Joker from Persona 5.
Exactly.
I hate that. I hate this. I hate
It goes
that you
with the
mentioned there, bro.
lore, the Fortnite lore, okay?
This is how Jonesy
I
gets
hate
in Smash.
Fortnite.
You know, he ends up going to the Smash universe like, well, I guess I'm staying here for a bit.
I hate
He
that. That's a
default dances.
possibility.
I'm just saying, it's possible. We'll find out in a week. You
If
know.
his taunt is the default dance, I'm going to sell my Smash copy.
Yo, bet Nintendo don't care. Nintendo's gonna be like, yeah, I got the money. So, anyways, no, but if I'm gonna end it off, like, I guess the last character I guess I can mention, we haven't had a Bandai Namco rep since since Pac-Man. So like, I could also see a Bandai Namco rep coming in here.
Oh,
and
you're
everything.
talking about Lloyd Irving?
No, like yes, but no as well because if the Mii outfit returns and all that stuff.
I
Yeah.
feel like the Mii outfit can
Because the Mii outfit could
possibly
return.
I'm just getting tired of people because like here's the thing, right? The only exception to what I'm about to say is Square Enix, but Square Enix throughout at least Smash DLC in general has been always inconsistent, right? Like back at Smash 4, all these characters came with like a bunch of costumes, and then when Cloud came out, he only came out with 2, you know? Or how with Hero we only had Dragon Quest costumes, or with Sephiroth we only had Final Fantasy 7 costumes along with Geno, right? So this is how I see it. Every DLC character we've had has only come with 1 or 2 returning Mii costumes, and the returning Mii costumes share franchise, right? So for Joker we had Tails and Knuckles, for Banjo we had 2 Mega Man ones, right? Even though they're like 2 different Mega Man series, it's still Mega Man at the end of the day, right? For Byleth was the same thing. Terry we had the Virtual Fighter. Then Min only came with Heihachi. Steve only came with Gil. Then, like I said, Sephiroth is the only exception. But then once we got back to Pyramithra, they only brought back the Monster Hunter costumes with them. So I just think that like people thinking that Lloyd is an exception is kind of dumb because they've been bringing these back slowly. That's the thing. Like they haven't like how do I put it this way? Like
That's why I said
like,
yes and no,
Lloyd,
because he could come in, but there's also the possibility of him not coming in. We just get the Mii outfit just by itself again.
exactly, because like people are saying, oh well, like okay, with Sephiroth, sure, but then when they bring it back with Pyramithra, but the thing is that the reason why the Capcom costumes were chosen with Pyramithra was because the timing was perfect, because Monster Hunter was coming out and a new Ghosts and Goblins came out, so it made perfect sense to have those at that time, right? Whereas like there's nothing Tales of that's coming out that was coming out around that time, so I just think that people really need to like stop thinking like even if Lloyd happens, I'm still right because people were just assuming Lloyd was gonna happen just because he's the last one when that's not it at all. Like like if anyone remembers me, like how I was earlier on, one of the things I said was that Heihachi was gonna be in Smash, right? Because he wasn't with Terry, right? Like you would think they'd bring
Still
back the
hurts.
fighting game characters or like the fighting game costumes with the fighting game character, and what they do, he brought him back with Min Min, which is a fighting game, sure, but like that doesn't like what. But like my point is basically don't think a character's happening just because their Mii costume hasn't returned.
Yeah,
Actually,
but there's
bro.
but wait, Theo, go ahead.
The reason why we didn't get Heihachi is because we got Min Min instead. So they
I'm
had
gonna punch him. Anyways,
another reason to hate Min Min, bro.
and of course, there's also other possibilities of Tails characters. Like for example, there's also Yuri Lowell that could possibly
You
come
said Tails characters, and I was thinking,
in. Sonic.
Sonic.
You know,
I was like, there's more than one Tails in Sonic.
like Yuri. Yuri's another really popular protagonist. Not only that, I believe Crest is another really popular one. I think he's from Tales of Destiny. I think it was. He's like blonde. I know that much. He was also in Namco Cross Capcom. I doubt that one, but like, I'm pretty sure like Yuri would be the other one if Lloyd doesn't get in, because there is a possibility of Yuri as well. But we'll see if that happens.
Four costumes for Lloyd, 4 costumes for Yuri.
Yeah, there's so many
That wouldn't make
protagonists.
sense because they don't share the same weapons.
No, wait,
I'm
wait,
talking about
wait,
color
wait.
scheme.
Oh, you're talking about alt. I thought you were talking
Alt.
about Mies. Oh, okay,
Oh.
never mind.
No, I'm talking about the color schemes for Yuri.
No, he was referencing like if Lloyd was a character.
Okay. And like Yuri's another possibility that people have to say as well if Lloyd doesn't get in. So there's that. But we'll see. We'll see. You know, Bandai Namco is missing. Like he only has one character in the roster. So it's kind of weird that they don't have another one. So we'll see Bandai Namco. So man, there's a lot of possibilities here.
I just talked up to like Sakurai's interviews during Smash 4, which I know people would be like, oh, well, those interviews were like a long time ago. And I myself don't like using interviews either. But like if he still shares those same beliefs, then I just don't think we're getting a Tales of character, because he basically said like if he were to make a Tales of character, it'd have to be Lloyd. And then like for Heihachi, for instance, or sorry, how to put it this way, when Pac-Man was announced, he was asked like, was there any other Bandai Namco character he was thinking of, and he said, and the only one he named was Heihachi, and how he couldn't make Heihachi work.
Yeah,
like Heihachi was actually planned alongside Pac-Man, but they couldn't make him work.
Yeah, 3D.
So like, and like Sakurai never mentioned any other Square Enix character. I said Square Enix. I'm so sorry. Bandai Namco character. He and like the only time he ever brought up Bandai Namco again was because when the Lloyd Mii costume was announced, he was asked about that, and he basically said, yeah, well, if I had to add a Tales of character, it'd be Lloyd.
Right, and not only that, the company also kind of has a hand as well, because I think you mentioned at one point like the company has to be on board, and what if the company wants this character instead?
It would make, like, for me, it makes more sense for Namco to want Tekken over Tales of, because Tekken is their best-selling franchise of all time.
Of course.
It's not their biggest moneymaker. That goes to Pac-Man. Like
and Dragon Ball.
Well, I mean, no, I'm talking about original IPs.
Oh, okay.
Like when it comes to their original IPs, Tekken is their best-selling franchise, but Pac-Man is their highest-grossing, basically because of like things like arcades and stuff like that. But for them, Tekken is like their second best franchise, only second to Pac-Man. So for me, it makes more sense for them to want to represent Tekken over any of their other Bandai Namco franchises. And if they can't make that one work, I don't know if Namco's like, oh, then we'll just go for like a sloppy second, essentially.
That'll be bro. But I could still see like Yuri as well getting in. But there's like a lot. I know a lot of people are leaning towards like, if I recall, like if I get the list of all the characters people are expecting for E3, you got Master Chief, Jonesy.
It's not a big list, honestly.
Yeah, no, I've seen Doom Guy, Crash, Tales of Repsoloid or Yuri. I've seen a little bit of that. Ryu Hayabusa. I think that's about it, right? Like those 6, or is there one more I might be missing?
Yeah, actually, you're missing Bubsy the cat.
Oh,
3D.
Bubsy 3D.
What with that? Does anyone want to mention any one more character for Smash? Does anyone want to mention anyone else, or are we good? That we can see at E3, to be specific.
Shut up! I heard Goku. Shut up.
I was Smack Jonathan. But
when
anyways,
it comes to Smash, I know Sakurai said like he's been really hinting at this will really be the end, and I hope it really isn't the end because, I mean, one if this is the end, that means there's still gonna be 3 missing blanks in the stage select screen, and that's gonna haunt me till I die. But not only that, but it's also like I feel like if you're gonna end off Smash, right? I personally feel, this is my opinion, I feel like you would say like Pass 2 is like the end. They didn't make it seem like that when they first announced Pass 2. It's just like, oh, Pass 2's happening. Hee hee. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Like I think like if because like, that's what all fighting games do. I know Smash is like trying to be in its own way, but like every fighting game is like this is the final season, right? And then Street Fighter V was like, oh yeah, like this is the end for Street Fighter. Oh, Street Fighter 6.
Like,
no, never mind. Here's Dan back again, you know. So like my main hopes is that we see more, which I know that's greedy and all, but here's the thing: people are like, oh, but Sakurai's well-being. But it's like, all right, but if Sakurai was really about his well-being, he wouldn't still be doing this, right? And still want to develop the game because he doesn't have to, right? He could just have someone else, not like supervise, but he himself doesn't have to directly develop aspects of the game. He could just supervise everything and make sure everything's good, right? Like at most he'll obviously do like the movesets for the different characters and such, but he doesn't have to actively make the model, make the textures, develop the hitboxes, animations. He doesn't have to necessarily work on that stuff specifically. So I just feel like, especially like the 3-stage thing I mentioned earlier, it'd be very gross if you left it at that. Just saying.
We'll see. But I guess that wraps things up here for our E3 podcast, boys. We done?
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, bro.
Unless y'all want to say anything else about E3, but
Sora.
Sora.
All right. Legitimately,
Sora in Smash.
less, like for any of us, like just for all of us, because I think for me, I'm gonna live stream the Nintendo one, right? Like for me personally, right? As like for me to have it like a stream with just the you know, my viewers and all that sort of stuff. Like I think I'll do that for Nintendo's E3, but like for the rest of them, I might watch it with you guys. But then again, like, are we really gonna watch any of them? Or are we just gonna wait for like the announcements to actually come up? Because let's be real,
I'm gonna watch
right?
a lot of them.
Because apparently Square Enix's got leaked. I don't know what's in it, right? But apparently it got leaked, and from people have been saying it's really boring. So I don't know if I want to go through something that's apparently boring. Xbox Bethesda can show interesting stuff, but then again, looking at the Xbox or like Microsoft's history with presentations, that's like, oh, you have like cool things every once in a while, but like a majority of it is just like throwaway, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Sony's not going to be here, so
I guess the best thing we can say, well, they are going to be there technically, Summer Games Fest, but if there's one thing I can say to end it all, is that let's hope that E3 and Summer Games Fest are like a blast. You know what I mean? Let's wish for the best and see some banger announcements. Essentially, you know what I mean?
I really hope so too.
Mm-hmm.
Because after last year, goddamn.
No, last year you already know, so we can't. You know, sadly it was out of their hands. You know, but let's see how this year works out and everything.
The only thing I'm interested in is that Capcom is apparently having their own like little presentation. So hopefully some good announcements there. Maybe we'll finally see that final Street Fighter V character.
I know, right? Terry Booger. Anyway.
Oh.
All right. So with that, our E3 podcast is done. Let's hope for the best, and yeah, that's all chill and all that stuff. All right, Edgar, show your stuff.
I got nothing. Just send me the usual.
Twitter in description. Twitch, even though he doesn't stream on that, in the description. He's a boggle. Anyways,
I never use it, bro.
bro. Anyways, French, go.
Oh, me?
Oh,
Okay, so I got a YouTube channel, VieuxCrouton. I also have a Twitch, a Twitter. It's all in the description, so check it out because it's really cool.
Okay, don't follow him. But follow the better Hispanic. Yo, this other Hispanic here, SabdierZ.
Sí, mira, encuéntrame en SabdierZ, YouTube.com,
Spanish.
please, all right? Look. Subscribing to me would be pretty epic. You know why? Because we could hit potentially 700 before the end of the month, you know? And so if you want to be part of that, hey, I just got a new subscriber right now.
Yo, Paul!
So subscribe, chill, and that's it. You know what? That's all.
Alright, and then we save the guy who introduced us first for last, my boy Jonathan.
I have Twitter. That's all I gotta promote.
Understandable.
Follow me
There
on
you
Twitter.
go. Alright,
Big
with that,
boy.
guys, everyone's stuff will be in the description. Go ahead and give them some follows, sub to their YouTubes. Well, 2 of their YouTubes, you know. Also follow me and sub to me as well, by the way, while you're out of here. Anyways,
Especially.
yeah, exactly. Anyways, have a great day or night whenever you're watching this, and take care, guys. Later.
Have a
I'm
great
just so
E3.
Yo, that's crazy.
Bye-bye.